I fixed it. I broke it again.
How's that?
Okay, now
you hear me now. We just got done doing this amazingly wonderful greeting to everybody.
it was the best.
It was the best greeting in the history of greetings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still no sound?
they'll be able to, there's a delay, so they can hear us.
We're waiting out the delay. Yay! Okay.
Yeah, it was the best intro, y'all.
We're just chilling. Here to hang out. Got a couple of quick announcements, nothing earth-shattering, but just thought you'd like to know, and then we're just going to hang out for a bit. That's the agenda. That is today's agenda.
Yep.
So, announcement.
Whenever.
Do you have a linky link?
That would have been smart.
That would have been.
Oh wait, it might be in the description box already. I don't know how to tell. We're professional.
Click on that.
Oh yeah,
go down.
Yeah, it is there.
More. Okay, so copy it.
Okay. Here.
Okay.
And then just put it in?
We took a look at all the things. I was saying this just recently, is that we wanted to make sure that everybody who ordered Sassy Dragon, that we had given enough time for the vast majority of people to have received their decks, and that's happened.
Yeah.
So we decided to delay waiting, and it is now live in Lisa's Etsy shop. I can hear you, but it's muffled. Lift that and see which way the microphone's.
I just did. Yeah,
is it a little better?
If not, let me change. I can also change to the onboard.
That was crappy though.
I don't think it's too bad actually. I use it for game a lot of times.
Okay, there's our other sound. Let us know if you like this better.
We just switched to a different sound. If you like this one better,
let us know.
And it'll take us a couple of minutes to figure out what's going on. Anyway.
How many times do you think
it'll take us? It's fine. No, so they're saying better already.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the vast majority of the Sassy Dragon decks have been delivered.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than making people wait, we've decided to go ahead and make them available starting about 15 minutes ago in Lisa's shop. So anybody who's waiting for a chance to get the Sassy Dragon who didn't grab it during the Kickstarter can now go get it.
Yeah.
That's the first announcement.
Yep. So there, I pinned it. I think I pinned it. Yeah, I pinned it. So it's available now.
Second announcement.
Yes.
I don't know if it's an announcement or not. So far, we've been sitting down with pen and paper and a fuck ton of math.
So much math.
My
brain hurts.
All the math. Unicorn Journey Oracle. You're going to be launching the Kickstarter probably in a month or so.
Yeah, I'm aiming for May sometime.
From the looks of it, there's a big, giant, longer story. If you guys want to hear big, giant, long stories.
Yes.
But from the looks of it, the impact of tariffs on the deck are going to be minimal. And unless something changes, we will just be absorbing the cost of the tariffs. And so
into the US.
Yeah, but that's going to be its own thing. But so it does not look, it currently does not look like we haven't set a final price on the deck yet, but currently we don't think we're going to have to increase the price beyond what we were already looking at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
yes, to Peggy's longs.
Always.
Because we were thinking, what were we thinking? What was our original plan was that we know that UJO is going to cost more than Sassy Dragons because there's a guidebook in it.
It's very similar to UJT as far as size, specs, box,
guidebook. But we wanted to bring it in for a little bit less.
Yeah, so we're hoping it's going to be a little bit less than UJT, but it's going to be in that range. It looks like
it's going to be in that. It's going to be in that range. So, Tattoo looking good. Yeah, thanks. It's doing really well.
Yeah.
I still have a couple of spots up here. But I get dry skin so bad that it's just taking its dear sweet time. But it's doing really well. Yeah, there's even a bit of peeling, a little bit of flaking still down here.
Yeah.
But that's normal stuff. It looks really good. So yeah, so it looks like the price. We picked the price range. I was like, we want UJO to come in for this price range, and we don't think we have to change anything.
No,
we don't think we have to change anything because the tariffs to get things into the U.S. That's what we've calculated. And if you are outside of the U.S., it's going to depend on what tariffs your own individual countries are charging.
Yeah.
And we can't do anything. We won't be able to do anything about that.
No.
But
You can now, you can look it up. If you decide you want to look into your own country and what kind of tariffs may apply, all you need to know is the decks are manufactured in China. So the shipping information will say country of origin China, not US. They will be shipping from the US. So if you need to know, country of export is the United States, but the country of origin.
Yeah, that just gets really complicated.
It does, but I found it really helpful for me to look that up.
Yeah. But okay, if you are in the States,
then you're good.
If you are an American, when you see the price will be the price.
Yes.
There won't be any surprises. But if you're outside of the States,
yes,
then you've already got a chance of having to pay taxes and duties and all that shit anyway.
Already.
So that if your country has changed their tariffs, blah, 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 any changes will happen at your end, not at our end.
And the same is true, obviously, of Sassy Dragons, Unicorn's Journey Tarot. Anything that's already up on the Etsy shop is already in stock in the US, is already shipping from the US. So same applies. Happy early birthday for you, Faye.
Early birthday, yeah. Yeah, it always, you know what, I mean, let's face it, tariffs are a huge. There is an entire department of thousands of people whose job is to be doing all this stuff. So
yeah,
it's not much of an explanation, but it's got the information that because don't forget, I've had to stay on top of this from the beginning
because of your Etsy shop.
Because of the Etsy shop, because there was looking to be a chance that tariffs were going to apply to anything I sent to anybody anyway. So the information that we have right now, as it relates to, because I know, when I do this, this happens. When I do this, this doesn't happen. So we just applied the same thing with the new numbers, and yeah, so it's looking good. It's all the tariff drama is really impacting people that are importing and exporting by the truckload.
Yeah,
that's the people that are really going to be impacted. I think for the rest of us, we're going to see minimal.
You had a really good explanation for this, so I'm going to let you take lead on this question.
Why are you taking the tariff on yourselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peggy's way better at explaining this than anybody else I've heard.
Okay.
So
let's play a game. Follow the breadcrumb trail with me. Okay, we're going to make a deck. So now we have to set aside a bunch of money to pay the artist. There's no tariff on that. Then we have to set aside a whole bunch of money for whatever mine. Like Lisa had to buy a program. Lisa had to literally buy a computer program to be able to do the one type of file thing, right?
Layout cards.
There's no tariff on that.
Yeah.
Then we have to pay for. Then we contact the fulfillment. Then we contact the deck producer, that deck guy, and they say, well, this is how much it costs for tooling. This is how much the production costs are. This is this. There is a whole lot of money that you have to spend just to make the deck happen before you're actually buying the actual physical deck. Okay, so what's being tariffed? The actual physical deck.
When it shows up in the US and
when it shows up in the US and nothing else.
Yeah.
We're not paying a tariff on all the other money that we had to spend as part of the administrative process. Without boring you guys with 5,000 details. Like one of the things that we have to do, and we need cash for this. One of the things that we have to pay for up front is we have what's called your escrow account.
Oh yeah, so I send a lot of money to the fulfillment center in advance of shipping.
Our last payment to the escrow account was $15,000. We have to have and without, so part of the Kickstarter funding covers those fees.
Yeah.
Fees and costs and setup and administrative.
There's picking charges, there's packing charges, there's shipping materials.
There's various
there's lots of things.
There's various taxes and surcharges that have always existed the whole time that we have to pay for.
Yeah.
So the initial run of the deck, a big chunk of the charges happen.
Like we're already paying y'all, just so you know, we already pay import fees.
Yeah,
as part of our shipping costs to get the decks to the States in the first place. So yes, there's going to be a bigger charge on that for us.
There's going to be a bigger charge on that for us. But we sat down because this is our third deck, right? So we've sat down and done all the thing, and of course, like
I think that's fairly fair to say. Yes,
basically you consider tariff as a negligible part of the cost of doing business.
Yeah,
and what we realized is that it is a relatively small cost, and don't forget. Okay, when we brought in Sassy Dragon, when we brought in Unicorn Journey Tarot, we prefer not to ask questions. We did not have duties or other surcharges attached to what we were doing.
Well, there may have been because it was all
but
prepaid.
it was already prepaid. Okay, this is good. This gets complicated.
It does.
It was already prepaid and it was already charged to us as part of the shipping charge. So once we start getting our costing estimates, we know that there's no surprises at the border coming from us.
Yes.
They send everything, duties, tariffs, whatever exists, they send that all prepaid for us.
Yes.
So
and we pay that, but we pay it in like a lump sum. So it's already been part of something we budget for.
So we've looked at our previous costs and went, oh, if this changes and this changes, this is where so we've done the math.
We've done the math.
We've done the math. Yes, we will get a little bit less per deck.
Yeah.
And we don't want to make that your problem.
Yeah.
Because if you do not live in the States, you may also get some kind of a surcharge at your end as well.
So we're going to absorb what we can on our end rather than upping the cost.
And we're going and we did a lot of math.
And in fairness, y'all, we were so well supported on the first two campaigns.
Well, yes,
you guys were incredible. And because of that,
you guys brought,
we can roll some of that forward.
Our goals were here. Your support was here. It's like we can pay a little bit of that forward.
Yeah.
So we're doing that.
That's one of the things we really wanted to be able to do.
And we can, and like I said, like the details themselves get incredibly
complicated and boring.
Yeah. If you need to know where every single cent goes, hire a fucking accountant and they're still not going to be able to explain it to you.
Legit.
So
I have spreadsheets on spreadsheets and nobody wants to be subjected to that.
Watch the race the clock. Yeah.
What race the clock? What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm going to belch, guys. At least I had warning this time. I just went chug. Anyway, we don't want to overcomplicate the issue by throwing out all the shit, but no, you guys supported us beyond our wildest imagination for the first two projects.
Yeah.
So we can afford to pay it. We can pay it forward, and we're not going to lose money on.
This is not going to harm us. Please
don't
worry that it's going to harm us.
It's not going to harm us.
You all have been incredible.
It's not going to harm us. So we're going to do that, and And as long as everything goes according to plan, we won't have to raise the price.
And we feel very comfortable with this, y'all.
Yeah.
I cannot say it enough. We feel very, very comfortable with this.
Well, yeah. We feel very comfortable for this, and the fact that, depending on what you're doing with the deck and how you're doing it, what was it? Something 30 to 40% at one point? No, that was when we were. The math changes depending on how many decks you sell.
Our math also changes constantly because of the Canadian-US exchange rate.
All
the business we do is based on US dollars. So,
but there's a big part. There's a big part of the price that just goes into all the other costs that don't get tariffed.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, we can do this, and we're going to do it.
Yeah.
As a U.S. citizen who did not vote for this, you know what? It's got nothing to do with politics for us, really.
No.
It really doesn't, because the thing is, we've always had tariffs between Canada and the United States.
For us, thinking about import and duties and all that stuff has always been a factor. So
we've always had to think about that. Like if you're sitting up in Canada and you get something in the mail and they charge you a tariff on it, that's the Canadian government charging it to you.
Yeah.
It's like, let these fucking politicians do what they're going to do. We did the math. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And then we'll all get through it.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
And it can change all the time. So our only recommendation is people
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Our only recommendation is if you're outside the U.S., no matter where you're at, just be aware of your own.
And you should be able. Okay, if you live outside the U.S. and you have a flat number and say, this is what I'm paying for this product, you should be able to look it up.
And a lot of countries have exemptions for a little bit sometimes.
Oh yeah, there's a certain exemption. If your item is item is under this amount, then you don't pay anything anyway.
Yeah. So different countries have different regulations, and there's no way we can know all of those.
Yeah,
anyway.
we don't know that part.
Yeah.
But we know that we can absorb. We've already done the math and set ourselves up. We can cover the costs of whatever tariffs we're going to have to pay to get the deck into the States. That means Americans are covered. But that does mean, but like I said, if you're paying a duty or a tariff at your end and you're outside the States, that's the duties and tariffs that your country is charging.
Correct.
So it gets weird. It gets really weird.
And a lot of people are confused by it, and it gets really complicated. So we're just trying to simplify it as much as we can.
Here's the thing. It gets really complicated really fast, but the reality is that the tariff issue as it exists right now has not cost me or any of my customers a single extra cent.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's what's called a de minimis. And if the value of something, if you're ordering something online and it's worth less than X amount of money, you're not paying anything on it anyway.
Yeah, in the States, it's like $800.
$800.
Yeah.
If you're ordering something from Canada, and as long as its value is less than $800 US, you will not pay anything.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, everybody's upset. So everybody's upset. So it's really hard to sit back and go, and it's all, like I said, you would need an accountant to make.
I will say I am so grateful to our fulfillment center in the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
They have been
They've
incredible.
been
They have treated us so well. And to be honest, as a small business in Canada, there is no way, I would just be really for real with you guys. There's no way I would have done any of this if I had to bring decks in here and ship them out myself. And that's just the reality. I work full time. Well, we don't have the physical space.
Well, and this is the math that we also did.
Yeah.
Oh, if we bring everything into Canada, here's the fucking kick in the teeth. And this is where I go,
do we not ship to Bermuda? Oh, Etsy. I'm sorry, Etsy. Yeah, unfortunately for Etsy, right now it's only set up to ship to US, Australia, EU, UK.
I think so.
And Canada. If you have another destination, I love that your channel name is called Bermuda Triangle Tarot.
We're happy to have the conversation and discuss it. But the reality is that some countries are so bizarre, strange. Okay, it's like when you send mail to Dubai, you have to send it to these processing centers. It's really fucking weird. And if they don't give you the correct information, your product will never reach the person that it's meant for. It's very strange and it's very expensive.
What I was going to say is, while I won't do that through Etsy, you can contact me at customer service at supportivetarot.com if your country is not open on Etsy. And I'm happy to check with my fulfillment center to see if I can get a shipping quote. And then we would just arrange that directly via PayPal.
Yeah. We can't make promises, but if it's
doable,
if we can sort it out privately, we can sell to you privately. We're not set up to do it through Etsy because once you're outside of certain countries, it gets very complicated with Etsy.
It does get complicated.
It's very, on our end.
But like I did a shipment for somebody of UJT to Singapore recently. They just contacted me directly. We arranged
we checked it out.
I got a quote.
PayPal.
We arranged it. It was done. And right now that means we've got Sassy Dragons, both versions on Etsy. We have UJT, Unicorn Journey Tarot Classic, or standard.
Where are you again, Kogana?
I wanted to buy from Peggy's shop, although you don't ship to my country.
Oh,
I think you're shipping to the same areas, aren't you? Or are you only shipping?
I'm shipping to the same areas. Your country was like over $100 to ship a $20 item. That was the problem.
I don't know what country, but yeah, reach out, Bermuda.
If it's the country I'm thinking of, that was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You don't have to say it. I mean, I can go double check, but if it's the one I'm thinking of, and I'm pretty sure that it is, because I don't.
Yeah, you don't have to say it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely not. I respect everybody's privacy, so that's fine. But no, there are countries who either have,
Lisa.
Like I said, like some countries, you have to ship through a very specific process.
Mm-hmm.
And people will say, oh, well, here's my address, because they get their local mail to their house.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't, so you have to ship through a very special process.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do it, they'll just pitch the mail.
Oh my God.
And not tell. Yeah. I think it's Dubai that does this.
Yeah.
And it's just, you're expected to know better. Other countries, Brazil is a really bad, no, not Brazil. I think it's Argentina or Chile. You can only, there's not really any air service. I forget.
There's a couple companies countries where it literally takes like something like 2 to 3 months. Or even more sometimes.
Well, yeah. Like there's some countries that only do it, that you can only do surface by ship, minimum of 4 months.
Yeah.
Anything over 3 months to arrive, Etsy can shut you down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you say, hey, it's been 4 months. I haven't got my package yet. Oh, it's still on a boat somewhere. It's like, that's a problem.
And also shipping rates can vary wildly depending on what you're ordering. And
that's me bitching about the nuances behind Etsy. But no, like.
Yeah, we could send it to Canada. No problem. I had a question about the Oracle.
Yeah, we could make that kind of an arrangement.
Absolutely.
Or just like, have your friend make the purchase. We send it to them. Make sure that there's a note included so your friend knows what's going on. Blah, blah, blah. We do that. I do that all the time, because if you're arranging it through a friend on your own, you don't even have to tell me that that's what you're doing. It's none of my business.
Yeah. Will you be making both sizes in the Oracle as well? No, standard tarot size only for the Oracle. The mini was my first ever deck, and my wife is obsessed with mini. So a mini had to happen, but I don't currently have plans to make the Oracle in a mini.
The mini was fun and it was nice, but the mini is available.
The mini tarot is available, yeah.
but the mini did not do nearly as well as the full size.
Yeah, so we do have lots.
We
of
have
these,
we have
which is fine.
when you're making these, when you're doing these Kickstarters and stuff, when you're going through the production companies, you have to commit to a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So we committed to the minimum, and it was fine, and it was whatever. But we didn't even come close. We had to buy a lot of.
We have a lot left over. But also there's just the aspect
for the minimum, for the mini, yeah.
Also having different sizes, like we learned this with Sassy Dragons, right? When the more items you have, physical items you have to ship in a Kickstarter campaign, the more wildly complex things like shipping get,
Yeah.
packing, shipping, etc.
Yeah.
So it just simplifies it, and but that doesn't mean we won't revisit it in the future.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And well, you know what? This is something we've also discussed, is just if we see something. Okay, we were talking about this. If Lisa does a Lenormand, if Lisa does a Unicorn Journey Lenormand, if that comes, you want to.
I do.
If that comes up in your future, the reality of life, and nobody's being. I'm not judging the community, and I hope the community isn't judging us. But if you do a Unicorn Journey Lenormand, there's a good chance you're going to skip the Kickstarter and just put it right into the Etsy shop.
Yeah, there's a good chance I'll just make it and
because
make it available.
It's not likely. Okay, it's not likely to require a Kickstarter.
Correct. Yeah.
In order to be able to fund it.
Yeah.
You have certain minimums that you have to meet. So,
and for those of you excited about that idea, Francesca and I have actually already discussed it, and she's on board.
Hypothetically, a tarot-sized oracle deck is already a mini.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh, please do the Lenormand. Yeah.
Okay, so will I be able to add on UJT when you back the oracle? Yeah, Peggy and I were actually just brainstorming this the other day.
We're sorting this out.
So I think.
Okay. You guys can help us sort this out.
Yeah, help us sort
Here's
it out.
the thing. We order the decks, we have them sent to the States, and then they're shipped out from there. We could, and we don't like the idea, so we'd have to do a lot of research. We could potentially have international orders sent straight to our customers. But therein lies the rub, because any decks that you would add on are currently sitting in the U.S. fulfillment center. So you would be getting, this would make it really complicated. So we would bypass tariffs by sending you the Unicorn Journey Oracle directly.
If you're outside the US.
But then we'd have to double up on the shipping charge. Yeah, for people outside the U.S.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we would have to double up on the shipping charges, because you would have to pay the shipping for your Unicorn Journey Oracle from China. Then you would have to pay your shipping charges to get everything else from the U.S. You could end up paying almost as much in shipping. So
if nothing changes about our shipping arrangements,
if nothing changes, then there definitely will be them available as an add-on.
There's actually two things I'm looking at, because we were talking about this. I'm looking at a Kickstarter tier that is a bundle of the two, because I have enough decks that I might have to limit that, but I have enough decks that I should have no problem doing that. So for anybody that wants to order the tarot and oracle at the same time through the Kickstarter, as long as we don't split the shipping. No, it'll be no. Just like we did with these.
I'm just laughing. You have no idea how insane. Oh, put it in a box and put it in the mail.
It's not that simple. If only. Okay, but wait. Just
no. You say, oh, we're gonna do a Kickstarter. Then when they buy their Kickstarter deck, we're gonna put it in a box and put it in the mail. It's like, oh, that's just the start of the conversation, honey.
Okay,
we've got 3 more hours of discussion to go just to sort out where it's fucking.
But I do want to answer the question real quick.
There's no answer.
Yes, there is
no answer.
So just like we had Sassy Dragons, the 2 versions available as a set, babe. Just like we had these 2 available as a set tier, it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So unless we change the shipping arrangements, then yes, there will definitely be either a set you can back on Kickstarter, or
we are very likely
an add-on.
Now that we've done the math and know that we can eat the tariff coming into the US.
I don't know what I thought you were going to say, but that's not.
So I think that solved the shipping problem, and it won't cause problems. But at one point in our very, very long and exhausting conversation, we talked about checking to see if we could have have non-US orders just sent directly.
Yeah.
We discussed that, and I don't think we're going to do that.
We're looking into it to see what our options are.
If
there's a way to do it.
Okay, if you're ever going to involve yourself in a project, if something, even if it's not appealing to you,
Peggy really has to hold my hand through this all the time.
Your best opportunity to give everybody in the fucking world their best experience is to look at all the options
Yeah.
so that you're informed, because sometimes you go, I don't really want to do that. I think this might be a bad idea and I don't want to do that. And then you look into it and you go, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Because we were gonna bring all the decks here
To Canada.
for Unicorn Journey Tarot.
Yeah.
We were gonna bring all of the decks to Canada, repackage them, do this, do that, and
We
then
also
send them
looked
all back out. We looked at
Chinese fulfillment centers. We looked at US. We looked at like 3 different ones
but you
in the
didn't
US.
but initially, and now I'm gonna blame this all on you, but no, initially we didn't want to look at any of them. We didn't want to look at any of these options.
I literally remember the exact.
No. Initially, very, very beginning, it's like, well, if we just do this, then we don't have to worry about it.
True. Yeah. Well, and I also
If we
was
just do
thinking
this,
we'll just have a couple hundred decks.
Okay,
Like, it's no big deal.
we ship. It's like we ship stuff from home all the time, so we're just
True.
we're doing what we know.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like oh well, if we do what we know, we're going to be tripling. Shipping out from Canada is expensive. If we do it from home, we're going to be tripling our shipping costs. That's not fair.
Yeah.
If you're going to involve yourself in a project, just look into everything.
You actually can. So you can create limited. So when you go on Kickstarter and you can pick which pledge level you do, you can absolutely create a limited pledge number. So like, let's say I only had 300 UJT left. I've got plenty. I've got way more than that.
Yeah,
but
because we had you always, whenever you're making a production run, you have to order extra just in case of problems.
Yeah, exactly. So let's say with the UJ Oracle situation, I'm like, well, I know I have this much inventory. I can literally limit it. Let's say I'll say 500. Okay, well, no more than 500 people can buy it as a set. You can do that on Kickstarter.
Vintage Moon, I've seen some limited to 100.
Exactly. And you can also do that through your pledge manager. We have both options because we do work with a pledge manager.
Yeah.
And we have the Kickstarter. So the main thing I needed to
it's just paper. Okay. It sounds really, to be on the other side going, I'm just going to let my eyes glaze over while I hear you guys make words. Once you're actually doing it, it's just some administrative work.
Yeah.
So
the main thing Peggy was helping me with is that a lot of times it's a little scary when I think my comments got lost, but I was wondering if we can add Sassy Dragons too. We think we're going to offer it. Yeah. Sassy Dragons will likely be available through the pledge manager as an add-on. So like for the actual campaign, we're going to stick to UJT, UJO.
Oh, that's the thing is there's add-ons that are available after the campaign closes. You can add stuff like that on later.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to set that up.
Yeah. So we got it. So
she talks to me and it's like, what language are you speaking again?
Anyway, what I was saying is that basically one of the things Peggy had to talk me through is that when you're planning a campaign, you set like a minimum amount of money you're trying to raise, right?
Yeah.
The more
you want to cover your production costs.
Exactly. And the more items you add into your actual campaign,
it
can throw the numbers off. So I had to have Peggy sit and literally do the numbers and go,
that was me doing that.
Can I include UJT in here and not screw my numbers all up? And basically short story long, we're fine. So we can do that.
Yeah, we're fine.
So that'll probably be available.
Yeah, there will be some available. We may limit it because this all goes back to, and I don't know how to describe this, but it's like, okay, we make everything available. Okay, everything was available. So we sell 100 Unicorn Journey Oracle, and then we sell 100 each of everything else. We still have to buy a minimum of 500 decks. That's the average minimum that you can get. And some companies, if you try to go under that, they'll just tell you to fuck off and go get them elsewhere.
But nicer.
Because
polite.
But nicer, right?
But yeah, no, 500 is the usual minimum.
500 is the usual minimum. And this is what we mean by the numbers can be thrown off. It's like, this is great. The support is awesome. But now we're locked. But now we don't have a lot of interest. We've seen a couple of them do that. Can we see your tattoo?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, oops.
It's my chariot.
It's a little blurry, but if I block my face, it might.
I'm just holding my arm all funny, and we got weird lighting.
Is it helping?
It's a very clear tattoo. It's just the camera's not.
It's the camera.
Anyway.
Jenny says, "Are we talking about a Unicorn's Journey Oracle Kickstarter?" Yes. I'm so sorry. Yes. So I'm hoping
we're not launching it for a while yet. We're just chilling and chatting, and that's the topic that came up.
Yeah. We are planning it. I am hoping. I'm working on it now. The art is finished. I finished laying out all the cards. I'm now working on the guidebook and the box, and Francesca's getting me some illustrations for that.
Yeah.
And so if everything goes according to plan with the guidebook planning, I've still got quite a bit of work to do on that.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can order samples soon.
Well, you've already asked for. Oh, and that's something else. The reason why we're making our announcement, not talking. The reason why we're talking about what we're doing with tariffs now is because you were also able to get some estimates.
Oh yeah, I've already got all my quotes back and stuff for you, Jo.
We've already got quotes and estimates
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So that's
Yeah.
that. So yeah, we're not. We have most of the numbers that we need, so that we're not guessing.
Yes.
So that's why we decided to tariff. We're tariff proofing on the importing to the U.S. side.
And we're pretty confident at this point, because Marion brings up a good point. It could all change again, sure.
Of course,
But we're pretty comfortable that even in some of the worst case numbers that have been thrown our way, that thanks to all of your previous support, we're okay. We're totally fine to absorb the inbound to US.
And like I said,
changes,
that's just one thing. So, like I said, if you're sitting in Canada, you order a deck and you get, because all of our decks are coming from the U.S. fulfillment center, right? So you order a deck and you have, there's some tariffs and duties to be paid before you can pick up your deck. That's what the Canadian government is charging you, not the U.S. government.
That's correct. Yeah.
U.S. government is charging on anything going into the U.S.
Yes.
They don't have any power to charge on what's going out of the U.S.
Correct.
So that would be your own country. No, retaliatory tariffs is happening on both sides.
Yes.
Anyway, after that, my eyes start glazing over.
Same.
Because
So much.
99.9% of this shit is aimed at big business, at tankers,
Manufacturers,
tankers for It's like, it sucks that a car is going to be more expensive, but I have had not 1 cent has been charged. People might be paying fees. Any chance of a Sassy Dragon's Oracle or Lenormand? That topic keeps coming up.
Okay, guaranteed, I'm sure. Peggy and I've already floated multiple ideas for another collaborative project.
We floated ideas for another project. I don't think a Sassy Dragon, Oracle, or Lenormand is going to happen. Because it's our understanding. We don't. The details are none of our business, but it's our understanding that the artists that we were working with are now pursuing individual projects.
They are, yeah.
Because when we checked in, they're pursuing individual projects and they're not available for this right now.
Yeah, and
we would have to get a different artist.
We would be doing something different artistically for sure. Sassy Dragons is going to stand alone in that way, but we've definitely talked about doing more with fun, sassy sayings, and we were even just joking. Can I say it?
I don't care.
Okay, we were just chatting about like how fun it would be to do like a sassy love oracle,
sassy love
tarot. Sorry,
sassy work tarot, sassy like
just play around with the
really
concept.
Deep dive into the theming of it.
So we might have fun doing that because it was really fun to like kind of take all that personality and shove it into a deck.
Yeah.
But yeah,
tariff is, you know what, tariff stuff is freaking everybody up. But just let me reassure you, on a small business buying one item at a time perspective, I've not heard a whole lot from anybody saying they've actually been impacted.
Yeah.
If you're in the UK and you're paying duties on the stuff that's coming into your country, nobody's telling me that they're paying more than they've paid in the past.
Sending so much love.
We had my first doctorate internship interview on this site. I want.
Good luck.
Nice. Good luck.
It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna
kill
it.
You're gonna go kick ass. You'll be fine.
That's right.
Kick ass. Anyway.
But yeah, no, I mean, we get that it's on everybody's minds, but I think we feel really good about it. And yeah, that was basically it.
No, we feel really good about it. We feel really good about it. We've done the math. We're not engaging in some major financial sacrifice.
I need more Peggy energy in my life.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I haven't yet figured out how to clone her. But
could you imagine more than one of me running around? Oh my god!
This is the next best thing.
That is.
It's literally Peggy in a deck.
Anyways, but other than that, okay. So those are the announcements and the whatever, and of course, we can follow any breadcrumb trail you like of what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just thought we'd come and hang out.
Yeah.
Just got back from doing taxes. Had to hit the place order button on Etsy to have a little happy.
Oh, I feel that pain. We did ours in February, and I've still got parts of it I still have to do. I have to do my US stuff still.
Oh, your US. Yeah, but your US stuff can wait. She's an American citizen by birth.
Yeah.
So you have to fill out a little form.
I have to fill out a form every freaking year. It's so annoying.
Yeah, but that means you should get what's the old
Social
age?
Security.
Social Security.
Yeah.
You'll get your $4 a month.
I know. I haven't worked there since I was like, what, 29?
$4 US is worth like $850 here. It's bad. Exchange
But,
rate
you
is
know,
not in our favor right
I can
now.
actually roll my US Social Security like years over into the Canada pension so that it's all in one. I have to look that up because I think it actually works out better that way.
Love the Sassy Dragons. Used the NSFW deck for a reading last weekend, and it was a delight to shuffle and read. Yeah, I'm enjoying shuffling it. I'm liking it.
It's the best shuffle, and it's timely because I hurt my hand in December, and so shuffling any non-linen decks or any really chunky decks actually hurts.
You were stuck using my good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, same. Living in the UK, the US is one of the 2 countries that charges foreign residents income tax. Yep.
Yeah,
The
there's
US
an exemption, but it's annoying that it feels like such an overreach that I have to do it.
I'll tell you right now.
I bitch about it every time.
Now, as long as you're not okay. What we've discovered filling out Lisa's forms every year, as long as you're not making over a certain amount of money, you will never have to pay a single cent to the US. And if you're in a situation where you've already verified for a fact that you do not ever have to return to the US, they're not going to like send the tax police to arrest you in your new home.
There was a big scare for a while about getting big fines and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But
they can fine you all they want. How the fuck are they going to collect it?
That's
You're not
true.
even in the States.
Yeah, you have to file them if you make over $5. I know.
My Sassy Dragons are sleeping. I wore them out today.
I love that. No, I file every year. It's not a big deal. You have, I think, until the end of June or something like that for your American side. But it's just all I do is fill out all my Canadian stuff, and then I just transfer it over, claim my exemption.
Here's a bunch of numbers. Yeah, exemption. You have to be making like 300,000 or something or
it's
more.
It's like 180,000 US is the first exemption, but there's a different exemption you get to do. It's just a different.
It's
type.
a mess. It's paperwork.
You just pick which one you use, basically.
Yeah, you pick which one matters. I'm mad I even have to file. My husband doesn't have to do anything. They only take what they are supposed to. He doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah. I get mad. I have to file too. Oh yeah.
No, you've never had to pay anything.
No. It all.
You've never.
Because I live here. There's a tax treaty between the 2 countries, so I live here, pay taxes here, and all I have to do is basically say, "Yep, I'm living here, paying taxes here."
The thing is, okay, like
it's basically a wash. There's certain things like if I won a lottery, like we always do the lottery in Peggy's name because the U.S. taxes lottery.
If we do anything, raffles or anything like that, it's like, oh, put them in my name because if you win, they'll take it. Yeah, because that changes the rules. But
I know, right, Maria? I feel like such an adult bitching about taxes instead of my childish hobbies.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. It's like, no, I want to talk about my hobbies. My hobbies.
I bitch about it every year.
But you can revoke your U.S. citizenship, and it only costs a few grand.
It's such a pain in the ass. I've looked into it though.
It's something to do.
If you want to renounce, you got to go down. You got to like meet with a judge, and they got to like ask you if you're being coerced. Then you have to leave, and then you have to go back and do a second court appearance to prove that nobody's like making you do it against your will.
Yeah,
it's such a pain in the ass. Maybe I'll do it eventually.
Well, you know what? For us, it might not be.
And if you renounce, you still have to file your taxes for I think 5 years after that.
Because you don't.
Well,
fuck you.
You're supposed to because otherwise it can be a way to.
Yeah, let's talk about childish hobbies. Taxes. Oh my God,
what's your favorite childish hobby? What's your favorite childish?
I didn't have. I was ride bicycle. Get on my bicycle, go for a nice long ride.
No. As an adult, you're childish.
Childish hobby, video games.
Yeah.
Video games. Pit of the Artificer, level 90. I'm going to be working on level 100 this week.
For those that have no idea what she's talking about Diablo.
Diablo.
We've been playing Diablo.
I've been playing way too much Diablo. I'm now getting 1 billion. The biggest number I could spot, because when you hit something and all the numbers start popping up, is 4.5 billion in damage.
Okay, Jamie's coloring. Okay, there's a note. I have not told you this yet.
Adult coloring mix? You got so into that?
Yeah, but wait. Now there's a whole trend. I keep getting served things about it on Facebook, but there's a whole trend now of like, you know, the more children looking coloring books, there's a whole bunch of them that are super popular right now.
Yeah.
But you know how they're more open, there's less like intricacy. Well, people are doing all kinds of stuff like,
oh, they're adding their own.
Well, they're not adding. Well, yeah, kind of. They're doing things like
washi tape.
They're doing things like 2 marker challenges, or they're doing things where like it looks like maybe lights only streaming in one way, or they're adding like bubbles, or they're doing all these cool effects like neon lights where it looks like the whole image has been redone in neon lights. If you look on Facebook, oh my God, it makes me want to get into it.
Valley favorite childhood hobby was bicycle riding.
Yeah, there you go. Neurographic art doodling. I don't know what this is.
Oh my God, you give me a pen and a scrap of paper, I'm doodling till it's full.
I highly approve of Build-A-Bears.
Yeah, Build-A-Bears. You would have a house full of them if we had the space for it.
I for sure would. Wait, what kind of friendship bracelets do you make? I went through a whole phase. It was before I met you. I think it was before I met you.
You made me one, I believe.
Of the hemp, when I was doing the hemp.
Not the hemp. I forget what you did.
I was doing hemp jewelry for like the longest time. I had like this whole little like kit. I had beads. I had learned all the different knotting techniques. Because I'm a hobby squirrel. And so I'd pick a hobby.
She is. She's out.
And then I get into
this is cool and exciting. Okay, let's get right into it. Let's do 4,000 of them.
So I did that for a long time. So I knew all the like cool knots and the twists, and you could put wooden beads in. And I've been playing a Lego Fortnite.
You know, you bought yourself too many stuffed animals when you start getting ads for strollers and breast pumps.
Whoopsies.
Oh, you know what I'm getting fucking ads for? Now that you're between the ages of 60 and 64,
Oh my God, I was sitting next to
you
her.
qualify for our hearing aid program.
I said, babe, do you want your hearing aid? I've told her, I'm like, I can't wait for you to get hearing aids. Because, ow! Because if once you get hearing aids, you can just take them out. And then it doesn't matter if I groan in my sleep.
I can hear you.
Yeah, but if we make you
I
deaf,
can hear you.
we've got ice picks or something. We can just like, and then she won't be able to hear. And then we put her hearing aids so she can hear.
I've seen how you do stuff. You'll start this way. Well, you know, while I'm here, let's get the other one from the back.
From the back. That would be your brain.
All the way through, yeah.
Anyways, it was really funny because I was sitting next to her when the ad came up.
Yeah, and then it came up again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Oh, I love swinging.
AARP, and I'm only 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I turned 60 in December.
What is AARP again?
American Association of Retired Persons.
You just knew that.
I used to work at a call center doing hotel reservations.
Aww. My heart melted listening to your Peggy and Lisa stories. Oh, yeah. I ended up telling. Oh, I didn't tell you this because you don't watch my tarot.
I don't watch her tarot. I don't watch her bullshit. Jesus Christ. Why does anybody watch her shit? What?
I was walking through a deck.
Was that my out loud voice?
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
Totally was. The Nine of Cups, which you already know I love the Nine of Cups.
Yeah.
Okay. The Nine of Cups cards, it was a deck that pulled in plant energy, and the Nine of Cups was Trillium.
Ah, yes.
So I showed some pictures of us like in St. Thomas when we squatted down in the field of Trilliums, and then like another more recent picture I think of us.
Trillium is,
maybe I only showed the old ones.
Trillium is the Trillium, which is a 3-leaf plant, is the official flower of Ontario.
Oh, I forgot that part.
And it's actually kind of rare.
I did remember that part.
It's actually rare. It's actually illegal. If you live in Ontario, it is illegal to dig up and transplant a Trillium. Because they are, okay, maybe not now, but back then they were rare and they were protected.
Seed beads. Oh my God. I once made a lizard out of seed beads.
But if you do accidentally dig up a Trillium, they like indirect sunlight.
Have you accidentally dug up a Trillium?
I may have accidentally. People, this is okay.
Peggy's rebel talking.
They're a rare plant to begin with, right? And people being too stupid, because people can be that way, dig them up, take them home, and put them in their nice sunny gardens.
Yeah.
They're a shade plant.
Oh, yeah, because we always find them
in the shade.
Yeah. At like the base of trees.
Yeah, if you have a nice little tree, if you have a nice little area with lots of trees and lots of shade with a little bit of light, a little bit of sunlight, indirect sunlight, then if you accidentally transplant Trilliums into that area, they'll and you could just play dumb.
See, this makes me happy. I watch her because I don't have to yell obvious details at the screen like I do with other reviewers when they ask a question about the details on the card. Lisa already knows why it's there. Unless it's an animal, and then I'm gonna say it's like a deer and it's really like a cat or something. Like it's really bad.
Video? Okay.
Are you making fun of other video people?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
We stumbled across a TikTok. Remember that TikTok?
Yeah, you'll have to remind me.
Oh my God. I don't want to, I don't know. I have no idea who this person was. And they're like, la, 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 I got this card. And you know it means blah, 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 blah. And you know he's blah. It was some sort of love reading. Like, why doesn't my man do blood? And they held up a card. You know it means blah, blah. And it was all wrong. Every single thing. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I see lots of that on TikTok.
TikTok is crazy for like, I'm going to hold up a card and just
say whatever I think.
And I happen to be holding a card and you're supposed to think that,
Yeah.
I get shit. Okay. I hold up a card. I get shit wrong all the time. But
I'm screaming at you over the animal ID. Lisa, just know I'm that person. Was it Artie? Artie was talking about making a montage of my bad animal identification. Literally, recently there was one. I was like, those are headphones. It was a cat.
And you thought it was headphones?
I thought it was headphones.
Oh my God. I've got to get you some pictures of echidnas and platypuses.
I've never even heard of echidna.
I know.
Is it echidna or is it AKIDNA?
ECHIDNA, echidna.
What kind of animal is it?
It's kind of like an anteater.
That's the kind of shit you would throw up. We would play Boggle.
We can do that
Peggy,
to her.
No, hold on.
We can do that to her.
You could
name an animal and see if Lisa knows. It's okay not to know what it is, but
if you pulled it up on your phone and just showed me, you could quiz me. You could Google it and like just show me, make sure you know what that is. I'd be like, no. I don't know. Is it an antelope? Is it like a A bear?
Show you. It's like, okay, well, show you a penguin. It's a penguin. What kind of penguin?
Maria says, look, it doesn't matter with the animals if you still understand why it's there. Thank you very much. Maria's got my back.
Okay, but she thought headphones. She thought it was headphones. Like
We should have
that's a
the-
little fucked up.
We should have Lisa ID animals. But there was a shadow.
I have an idea, by the way, for tarot flashcards.
Oh yeah, you do have an idea for tarot. Yeah, you do have an idea for tarot.
I have an idea for tarot. I have an idea for tarot flashcards, but I'm not sure. I have two competing ideas. If you do basic flashcards, you would probably want it to be on a regular. You wouldn't want to do black cord linen cardstock because that's just a waste for something that you're gonna whatever.
Dick copy. Wait, is it called Dick?
Dick.
Is it actually called Dick?
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
I just want to keep saying it. Dick.
Dick.
I'm not a 12-year-old.
What about
Capercaillie? No.
what about a blue-footed booby?
Ariel, is it a bird? Okay.
It's a bird.
Birds always have the crazy names.
Puffin.
I started this because this is totally on my list, even though it's monochromatic, because it's actually a really cool animal deck.
I've heard of an okapi, and I think that's a kind of deer. The capercaillie, I've heard of that as well, but I'm not sure. I think that's another one of those.
What's a tiny deer? A dick?
Dick.
I just
It's
want to
tiny-
keep saying it. I'm gonna get demonetized.
Please.
I just keep saying
Here, I'm gonna hold up a deck with the word "fuck" on it, but she's worried about saying "dick."
I love to play VR. Actually, I haven't played in like a few
Yes.
weeks.
I like VR, but I just get.
My favorites.
I'm old.
Are Beat Saber and
Come to Australia. Heaps of weird animals there.
Beat Saber, and there's one with like an 80s aesthetic that's called, I forget what it's called. There's another one. There's one with like 2 balls, and then there's one with 2 sabers. And there's also one that I was playing the hell out of in January called Maestro. Have I told you about this one? Maestro is like you're conducting.
Yes, you've told me about that.
It's so awesome. It's so awesome. I love physical VR games a lot. I have played some non-physical games, but I always go back to the physical ones. I love them.
Yeah. No, Lisa is
You also
fun.
have a lot of spiders and bugs.
All kinds of spiders.
Big spiders.
Hudson
Scary,
spiders.
terrifying spiders. Yes.
Lisa is fun to do. Oh, let's go see the dick. What? There's dicks here? I don't want to see a dick.
No dicks in my world. Spiders and snakes. Yes.
Yeah, I don't like any of those.
Yeah, I have Wild Unknown. I had Wild Unknown Animal twice.
But she didn't know anything. She's like, I don't know what these are. I'm crying now.
They need labels. If it's not labeled, but Terra Oracle, TRRA, that one is labeled.
Animism Tarot? I thought, didn't you have that one?
No.
I thought you had animals. I thought
Because the name of the animal's on the card. See, this is what needs to happen at all times.
Oh my God, what was that one deck you got so pissed off?
It was probably the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle. But it depends. What's the story?
It was a deck, like it was like birds or something like that. So they were showing like different types of birds.
Yeah.
But they didn't, but you could go look it up in the guidebook, but the names weren't on the card, and you're going, I don't know what any of these are.
Oh,
It's like-
it might have been a bird specific oracle.
It was not just animals so that you can generalize. It was very specific within a certain type of animals.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't even birds, but
You're offended I don't know what an echidna is? Do you know what an echidna is?
I thought it was a type of anteater.
Oh, that's the one you brought up already.
Yeah.
Okay, it was spelled. I wasn't picturing it spelled that way in my brain, even though you spelled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is all I need. Okay, I don't need to see the wild haggis, but because that's not an animal, right? That's like haggis, that's its food, which is gross. I've had it described. But
I've had it
unicorns.
described,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Well, yeah, if you can
Wallabies?
just,
I want to see wallabies.
yeah,
I've
wallabies
been
are
to a
cute.
kangaroo. You've been with me.
No, I didn't go with you.
No, I was by myself that time. That was
No, you weren't by yourself. You went with your sister, I believe.
No. The kangaroo thing was during the retreat. You didn't go and hold the little joeys?
Oh,
Oh, no, you were back
no. That
cooking.
was that was at the retreat. You and everybody else in the retreat went.
We went
and I
we went-
stayed back. Me and Steve stayed back to cook.
because you were cooking. And I got to hold a little baby joey.
GPT. Ask GPT if haggis is a real animal.
No.
Really?
It's not an animal.
Oh my God, GPT is so stupid.
Never forget birds were dinosaurs. I know birds.
Oh, I
are-
know. Oh my God. Yeah, my crows, they think they're dinosaurs.
What did you give them? Our leftover fish and chips?
I give them leftover. Yeah, whenever we go out, it's like
We get doggy
like-
bags for the crows.
we get doggy bags for the crows now. We can't give it to the dogs because they're fucking old.
I could never hunt. I can't. I know. Absolutely not. No.
Snipe hunting. That's
video
not
game.
an animal.
What?
What is snipe? Okay, there's a joke.
Isn't it snipe like with a sniper rifle? I just assumed that's what she meant. I thought
We're gonna go hunt snipers.
No, I thought she meant you hunt with a sniper rifle.
There's an
inside.
inside joke about going snipe hunting, and I used to know the joke, and I can't
Hi,
remember
Barb,
it
I'm
anymore.
sorry I gave my
Hey,
favorite
Barb.
mod in the whole world absolutely no notice.
Yeah, we just decided.
impromptu.
Fuck it, let's go on.
Yeah.
Now, news update. We put Sassy Dragons live on Lisa's Etsy shop, which you might want to do the link again.
It's pinned.
It's a made-up bird, like the jackalope.
Yeah, see, look, it's pinned at the top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's also in the description box.
It's pinned at the top, or in the description box. Anyway, have you ever heard of a jackalope?
Yes, but that's
How about
not
a
a real
fur-bearing
animal.
trout?
A jackalope, first of all, is not a real animal. I'm not dumb. Look
Okay.
at your face. And what was the other one?
A fur-bearing trout.
A fur-bearing trout. Why are you looking at me with? You have the face.
Just waiting.
Peggy has it on her mouth. She always has the face when she's fucking with me. You can't help it. It just shows right here in the corner.
Mm.
It's still
You
there.
used to be able to get mounted. You used to be able to get a fur-bearing trout that was mounted. It's so cold in Canada, even the trout have fur.
Oh, is that the joke?
A fur-bearing trout, yeah.
Okay.
A singing fish,
A singing fish?
the ones on the.
Oh, the trout. Those are so old school.
They're so insanely old school that it's funny.
Yup.
Oh wait. Snipe is a made-up bird. They leave you sitting out in a field at night.
Is
Yeah.
Jamie fucking with me now? There's not a tree octopus.
Pacific Northwestern tree octopus.
No, that's another joke. Octopus live in the sea.
What about a coconut crab?
I don't know. Do they live in coconuts? You've got the face. Is it real? Is it fake?
You don't know?
Oh my god, I don't like you right now. You're the worst.
Coconut crabs are real. They're a land crab.
Yeah.
Tree octopus. I haven't heard that one.
We didn't tell people. We forgot to tell people that there's that 2-deck that we've set it up so that if they get the classic and the NSFW, that there's a discount.
Oh, there's a little. Yeah,
It should tell you on Etsy, but
yes, they are real.
are they
Go
actually?
play ball with the dogs. Have a great weekend. Have fun, Vintage
They're
Moon.
horrifying. Why are they horrifying? Do they look like spiders?
They're huge, and they literally climb trees, and they are strong enough to crack a coconut.
Really?
Yes. Do they?
I'm
Now,
Googling it.
are they? Okay. I know they can crack coconuts. Do they eat? Is coconut their diet?
Oh,
Yeah.
they are big.
There's.
Did I screw it up?
Oh no, there was just that guy right there.
Oh, that's just not okay.
That's a coconut.
I'm not going to
crab.
put it up on the screen. Y'all can Google it yourselves because I don't want to scare people. But like,
Yeah, they're
that's
huge.
terrifying.
They're huge.
I'm a Vancouver. I'm a cougar. Yeah.
We have cougars around here.
We teach you because we love you. I know. And actually, I
We
don't mind.
teach her bullshit is what we teach her, guys.
Peggy loves fucking
We
with
teach her
me.
bullshit. We fuck with her. And you know what? Then she has a nap or gets distracted or does something and then comes back later, forgets a few key details. And then she's like, I can't wait to go see the jackalopes.
I know
Go
about
fishing for that
jackalopes.
fur-bearing trout.
I know that. The obvious ones I can usually
But
figure out.
don't try to fool me. I know coconut crabs aren't real.
That's why you did that, because you didn't think I
Get you
believed-
spun up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get me spun up and then throw
Get
a
you
real one
spun
out
up.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't put it on screen.
We have a
It's all good.
neighborhood coyote. Yeah, we have coyotes. They don't necessarily come up here very much to this end. We're basically overlooking a little gully that goes all the way back
Yeah,
through the golf course,
yeah.
through the park. There's a golf course. There's a park across this. So there's all these linked up parks,
Yeah.
and then we have like the hillside. So we have the towns up here, and then we go down a big hill to get to the rest. To get from Coquitlam to Port Moody. That whole hillside is all forested. That goes up, and so yeah, we have bears. We have bears that way.
We had the coyote right outside.
Yeah, we had the coyote right outside the one night.
Went out the street. I've got the dogs, and there's just
every
a
now
coyote
and
just
every
there.
now and again, you're minding your own business, and you can hear puppies barking in the bush at 2:00 in the morning.
Yep.
And it's like coyotes running up and down the gully with their puppies.
Yeah, it's funny. We're like in the middle of like a concrete jungle, kind of, but there's this
Yeah.
just little bit of nature right here outside of our window. It's
Well,
kind of
we
nice.
so about a 3-minute drive from here, just minding our business, a bear crosses the road.
Yeah.
Going from the golf course into the park that's across the street from the golf course. And the golf course, like I said, connects to this little ravine that comes right through here. And
Yeah.
we have all kinds of shit through here all the time.
Yep.
I think the coconut crab, the coconut crab looks really super cool, but I would not want, and again, we just have to double check. I can't remember whether coconuts actually eat the crabs. I mean, whether crabs eat the coconuts.
I was going to say, if the
Oh my
coconuts are
God.
eating the crabs, that's a really big problem.
That's Little Shop of Horrors bullshit right there. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, city deer in Cleveland. Somebody else had to chase deer away from my neighbor's veggie garden. Somebody else just said that they had a fox and a bobcat in our yard today, waiting to see the bears and mountain lions. Hopefully this season, they will eat anything they can get in their mouths. Why do I feel seen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valid.
Wait, what did Barb just said some shit. Oh no, Jamie.
Barb's always saying shit. We love it.
Something about,
Did I miss
no,
it?
well, go back. No, I think I just got the wrong person. Go to the island, get it. Jamie said it.
Oh,
Go to the island, get a coconut drink served to you by a coconut crab. Well, that'd be cool.
what's a vacuum cleaner? The coconut crabs or deer or what?
Crabs are. Yeah. Maria says crabs will eat anything.
Oh,
They are vacuum cleaners. Yeah, well, that's why people love the little crabs in their fish tanks.
yeah. That's true.
I put little crab. I put little I didn't put crabs, and I put little shrimp in.
Yeah.
They all died.
There's Barb.
My water quality's gotta fucking suck.
Oh my god, my favorite was when my mom worked for NASA and they would have to shut down parts of it due to alligators sunning in middle of the roads and parking lots.
Yeah, I can believe that.
What's the name? There's a big, I think it's a seal that terrorizes this one town in,
Leopard seal?
I don't know, it was a big,
No.
it's not a seal, is it? What is it?
Leopard
There's a
seal
big
is-
creature that terrorizes a town in Australia or something. He's always all over the road. He's got a name. He's got a social
It's
media
called
account.
being in Australia. It's probably a spider.
No, it was some kind of sea creature.
There's a
Walrus or a.
no, there's an alligator. Because crocodiles.
It's not a crocodile. It was like a seal or a walrus or one of those fat, pudgy, squishy types.
There's a few
sea
different
creatures.
coastal towns that have that. Like one or two seals or something will decide that this was comfortable, and they just start running. Neil the seal.
Neil the seal. Okay,
Yeah.
thank God, Barb. Because I'm like, I knew it was a squishy water animal, like a.
Well, because
a
seals
pudgy-
like to sun themselves, and if they find a safe spot to do that from, that's what they do.
But there's all these videos on social media of people like trying to get Neil out of the way and like Neil,
Yeah.
and they're like they all know his name.
Yeah.
And it's so fun. If you haven't seen it, look it up. I don't need to literally bust them. Oh, you have stitches. Oh, I'm sorry. Be gentle. Surgery went good.
Who said
That's
that?
good. Artie.
Oh.
I love fat squishy time animals. I know, right? Like you knew what I meant though. Squishy
Yeah.
type animals. Like when they're like manatees are fat squishy.
We
sea
have
creatures.
2 dogs. We're fine. We don't need
Yeah,
anything else.
We don't need any other
We
creatures.
need nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh my God, poor Shayla. She's finally done being bad at me.
Mm,
We decided to switch her diet up,
yeah.
to switch her thing up. She's old. She's like 14 now, right?
13. Don't age
13.
her.
She's almost 14.
She'll be 14 in October.
Bruno's going to be 12 in like 2 weeks.
I gotta look that up.
But,
I think it's 4 days.
So we decided, so basically, due to age and whatever, we had to switch her diet. So we basically switched her diet. It's like, okay, well, you and Bruno are now on the same diet, on the same schedule, and this is going to be a lovely, lovely. What did you do to that poor baby, Peggy? I didn't do anything.
She tortured her.
She didn't. Shayla is a very picky eater.
She is.
An insanely picky eater.
And she runs us.
and
She's a princess. She
she's a
runs
prin-
us.
If she does not like what she's being served, she will stop eating 4 days until she gets so sick that she can't eat. So it's like, oh, we're stuck with this. We're stuck with this little fucking princess running the house. While she started having digestive stuff, not in any horrible way.
If he's born April 25th, 2013, that means he's going to be
12.
12.
Yeah.
2025. Yeah.
My
yeah.
25th. Anyway, long story short, it's like, well, princess, princess, now you're old enough, you're getting other problems. So I've got her on Bruno's diet. Similar to his diet. She gets a little bit more food, a little bit more treats in the food, whatever,
Mhm.
and on the same schedule. She finally decided, hey, this isn't bad. So she's actually, for the first time in her life, eating on a fucking schedule, and it's been amazing.
Yeah. Manatees are my favorite fat
Yeah.
squishy sea cows. I know. Mother,
Yeah.
why do you hate me? Have I
I know.
not been loyal?
That's pretty much how she's been treating me for the last 2 weeks.
Mother, feed us, for we are but skin and bone. Mother loves us not.
Yeah, pretty much. That has been her. She's like, okay, I ate the stuff I liked. Now where's the rest of it? She just looks at me like, I'm like, that's it.
She's getting with the program though.
She's finally getting with the program.
It's actually really nice because for a long time it'd be like we'd have to offer her food like 3 or 4 times an evening.
Oh, it's like,
Now it's like
okay, you guys have seen me. You guys, oh yeah, up and down every 30. Oh, Shayla's making noise. Time to offer her food. Okay, now I'm just like, here's your food. Okay, I'm gonna put my headphones on and ignore you and my jeans. There's a reason. So,
yeah,
I want food
but with claws.
with down my leg.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna wear my jeans for the night, no matter how hot it is. I'm wearing jeans, full length.
Okay, we're just
I'm
coming
on the
off
hand
of around.
Lucy chicken breast and smoked
We're
salmon.
just coming off of rotisserie chicken spur. We were getting one from Costco
She
for
got-
her every week.
Every week she gets a chicken. We break it all down and put a little bit in her. Put a
But
little
her
bit in
tummy's
her.
getting more sensitive as she
Her
gets older,
stomach is
too.
getting more sensitive, and it was starting to show up every time we took a walk.
Artie says it's the look they give you, like you just pooped on their plate.
Oh, yeah.
Legit, she's like, "What is this
Oh, yeah.
garbage?"
And the sad part is,
It's
she-
really good
she-
food too.
Basically, she's getting kibble with a little bit of regular food on top.
Mm-hmm.
She likes that,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hold out now.
Yep.
So we had to have the fight with her.
Yeah.
Had to have the fight with her, and we are winning. I finally won the war. As long as there's a hot dog as long as she gets a hot dog as her bedtime treat every night.
Yeah, we keep chicken hot dogs for the crows.
Chicken
so they're
hot
low
dogs.
fat.
Low fat, low salt, low everything. Chicken hot dogs, the cheapest ones you can find turn out to be the best ones you can get as a dog treat.
Yeah.
Which is
So she gets one of those roughly a day.
she did the nutritional checks, and it's
Yeah.
like this is better for her than not every dog treat,
No.
but there are dog treats that are way worse than this for dogs. So yeah, the no name chicken hot dogs.
Free Shayla. Oh my god. She's actually doing really well. And oh my god. Yeah, she's a lot more regular too, which I know we can't.
She wasn't regular.
She was not regular.
She was
Now
not
she's
regular. She was not regular, and it was like, you are going to start having bigger and bigger problems.
Yep, we won the war. That's what the pups want you to think. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be some sort of like a what do you call it? A mutiny.
This is
eventually.
Bruno. Bruno heard the word HOTDOG.
Oh shit, we said it.
Yeah. As soon as this is like, okay, what is that word? Oh, Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it's like that. You say it a couple
It's
times.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
You say Beetlejuice. Arr, arr, I need 6 of those.
Yeah, you've said it. She's asleep, but he was paying attention, and he's always listening for keywords.
I'll tell you right now.
Oh, whoopsie.
If my dogs won't take any medications unless it's hidden in mini Frankfurters. Well, hers
she'll delicately nibble the entire hot dog and spit the pill out.
spit the center out.
She
Yeah.
let you in. I mean,
She let me
valid. Yeah.
She didn't
Hi,
have a-
Andy. It's good to
she-
see you.
Oh, hey, Andy. She didn't have a problem. She didn't have a choice but to let me win.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So she's actually finally. It is sad. It is so sad that this is major news
You're gonna have
worth
to pick him up.
reporting.
You're gonna have to pick him up.
What's that?
He just went
Yeah.
his whole mouth.
What you doing?
He looks like such an old man.
I don't
now
understand
with his
what's
little
that.
beard. It's all part of their master plan to take over the world. I know, right?
Oh, they already took over the fucking house. It's like, whatever.
Our entire schedule is based around them. You're
Yeah.
totally allowed to work. All good.
Our entire schedule is based around them, and it's all these. Hi, you got to do a puppy yip. We said OUTSIDE, and hi, he follows me into the bathroom, and
I have a
he's
buddy
like,
whose husband has taught their dog that blueberries is pronounced cocaine. That's really funny. That's the thing is if you start to spell, eventually they will learn the spelling.
"Do you want hot dogs?"
Oh, you
Oh,
had
you
your-
should see the look of absolute desperation. I said, "Hot dog." His
Yeah.
eyes get big. He doesn't just go. He's like,
Yeah. Collie Countant says, in fairness, in all seriousness, my dogs think I'm a big meanie too. How dare I feed them nutritious food and require them to bathe and behave? I know.
bathing? Yeah, that's a different problem.
I'm gonna say cross-legged for a minute. Peggy hates it, but just for a minute. They do learn the spelling. They do. It's like anytime you tie a keyword of any kind. Yeah, she's getting them for them now. The diabetic gets a small piece.
That's Shayla's, and that's Bruno's.
Yeah. Now you're gonna smell like turkey dogs. Oh, he is like beside himself. He's like, yes, please, yes,
Well,
please, yes, please.
because he's like, oh my god. If we saying it summons it, as far as he's concerned.
I have yet to find
Yeah.
a wet food that my cat finds acceptable. I've tried everything, including raw ground chicken, human baby food. Oh my god. You might have you considered a topper because like there's really strongly flavored like liver treats you can kind of powder up and sprinkle, and sometimes that helps. For Shayla, a lot of it was like first getting her started eating when she was in her really picky years. Now she's just taking what she's given for the most part.
Cats have two problems. Cats have several problems, but if you are in a position to just fill up a dish of food, set it down and walk away, they'll nibble their way through their entire day.
Yep.
And another thing that cats have a problem with is that cats are obligate carnivores, and a lot of cat foods don't have enough protein. so it's not attractive to them.
Yeah. Did we get our decks mixed up?
I
No.
don't think so.
No, because this one doesn't have reversals mixed
Because
in.
I've been a cat person until these two came along. I was a cat person my whole life. But you know, if you've got more than one cat, or you've got cats and dogs, you can't leave their food down.
Yeah.
But if you're in a position to do it, yeah, gizzards, just raw organs from chickens is one of the healthiest natural things that they can get if you're in a position where that's accessible.
Yeah.
You can go to the grocery store here and get a little tray of chicken hearts. But if you check the protein, get whatever food has the highest amount of protein in it, and that's usually. But
a good appetite stimulant for Shayla was like a high protein dog food in small amounts, like on top of or whatever.
A surprisingly large percentage of cats are picky eaters by nature.
I'm like, wait, our cats are crackheads for that pate. Like, actually, do you buy them pate?
Yeah.
Or do you mean pate type food?
Pate type food, yeah. My ragdoll cat is the first fur baby not to be picky, and she's on a raw diet. Unfortunately called barf. Wait a second.
Why is it called barf?
Okay.
That's an unfortunate acronym.
Two treats are like crack for my cats. Yeah, these guys have got a couple of treats that they will do anything for. Special feeders that will read a tag on their collar, so the feeder only works for the cat who's assigned to that food. Well, that's
amazing. That's technology.
Yeah, cat food doesn't smell like food. You need to put something smelly in it. Cats don't mind a diet that's lacking in variety. So that's the good news. Okay, in general.
Yeah.
In general. Every
Such a
cat
good
I've
show.
ever had has been the nibble my way through the day type of cat.
Yeah.
Where they don't just go in and because even
same.
even Baylor, Baylor had some we're thinking it was probably a stroke of some kind, but
we're not sure.
he lost the ability to tell when he was full.
Yeah.
So he was always hungry.
And I don't think he had diabetes either.
No.
He
But
didn't have the
until like he was like 14 or 15 years old when he got
old,
like that.
yeah,
He was really old.
He was old.
He was really old, and suddenly he lost his ability to feel not hungry.
Yeah.
But he also, like I said, he probably had a minor stroke at the time.
Yeah.
We were kind of trapped with him because he'd been right up until then he'd been a healthy cat, and we were so. His health kind of got precarious overnight to the point.
So fast, yeah.
It happened so fast to the point we're taking him to the vet. The stress of going to the vet probably would have killed him.
Yeah, and then he ran away before we could. We were literally having the conversation like we got to take him in.
We got to get him in.
It had only been like a very, very short time, but we're like we got to get him in.
But that's the only time we've ever had a cat who had to be fed on a schedule. Otherwise, it was just like, just put it down, let him be. Put it down, let him be. Oh, hi, Michelle. How you doing?
Hello. Ragdoll fur is like silk anyway, but the raw food makes it feel so
yeah. Shayla used to, like, she's a little, her first coarser now that she's an old lady, but she used to feel like
silky.
It was like petting a rabbit. It was so smooth.
Yeah.
But yeah, cats are interesting, especially if your cat has access to the out of doors, then they might be taking care of it themselves.
Yeah.
That's my cats. I didn't know any better, so all my cats were always outdoor cats.
Yeah.
And
but you lived in an area too where that was kind of safer.
That was the norm.
Yeah.
The norm
would have been.
You had some, baby. You're fine.
I make my own dog food: ground beef, salmon, bone marrow, chicken gizzards, brown rice, carrots, spinach, eggs. That sounds incredibly well balanced.
We used to do.
You're
her
a cat
food.
person too.
Yeah.
Really. These are your first dogs.
These are my first dogs.
Yeah.
It's a catch-22 though, because I'm mildly allergic to cats, and now that I've been cat-free for so many years, because now that we've been cat-free for so long, I probably can't go back to having a cat.
Probably, yeah. People keep dropping cats off at our house, and we live in the middle of nowhere on a dirt road.
Yep, they find us. People think, oh, they'll do this, they'll do that.
Maria's a hamster person. I love that. Do you have hamsters now? I'm assuming so. Hi, Kamala. Send me one. I want a cat.
Yeah, it's like,
yep.
Kittens, free to a good home. Hi, Bruno. But no, Shayla was. I would grab a rotisserie. I was baking. I was doing the chicken myself, but she likes the actual little bit of flavor of spices and stuff. So take the rotisserie chicken, cut up everything, mix it in with just throw a couple of potatoes in the microwave, stir, or a couple of cups of rice, stir it all up. Throw a couple, 1 or 2 cups of peas in it, depending on how much I'm making. Give that a stir, and then there's her dinner, and she would just eat it till it was gone.
Yep.
But yeah, our flat is too small and also too cold
for a cat, or for hamsters. I miss having a hamster. I spent a lot of time looking at them on Reddit. Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
I like watching birds on Reddit a lot. Parrots.
I just
and-
watch the balcony for birds. I just look out in the balcony for birds.
What's your deal? Do you need to be picked up?
Do you want up? Come here. Let's come up. No, he wants.
Yeah,
more.
look at him.
He's noise like I made noise and got you know what? I want more of that.
Yeah, he's hoping to con you. Hey, Goober. Hi. Did you just need
And
to be on
he's-
camera? He's also a camera whore.
He's a camera.
He
horse.
knows
Like,
the camera's
I need
on.
to come say hi to the internet.
Members can spam the Bruno emoji. Spam it. No, you don't have to spam it. It's fine.
Good boy. Good boy.
How
you doing?
baby boy.
So what's new and exciting for you guys?
Yeah, let us know what's up with you.
Pardon me. The biggest excitement that we've had is we had fire alarm testing.
Yeah.
We never got any pictures. Fire alarm testing is no big deal, but neither one of them likes the alarm. So I basically spent 3 hours with Shayla draped across my lap and Bruno up here like this. So I've got him up here petting his tummy like that and doing that. Hi, Bruno, blah, 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 while the other dog is here. And I spent 3 hours doing this while they both sat there going, we're just going to be upset now.
It's there right now, Salima. There's actually a pinned
it's
post,
live.
and it's in the description box. We actually just put it up today.
Yeah, we just put it up and then realized, hey, we should go chat and hang out and
So it's there now.
do the thing.
Yeah.
Hi, are you feeling better? Are you feeling? Oh, he's sniffing because he thinks I have more.
He's like, give me more hot dogs.
Sphinx cats. Yeah.
Oh, they are pretty. Were there hot firefighters for the alarm testing?
No, just some guys from an alarm testing company. Oh, and the brown water.
Oh yeah.
Because when they
Turns
test
the water brown
when
for a
they do
couple hours.
fire alarm testing in apartment buildings, part of that testing, and I don't know anything about the details, is them checking the sprinkler system down below.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So so them fucking with that knocks loose all the shit. So then we had brown water for an hour. It gave me an excuse to take myself out for lunch though. McDonald's was awesome. But I also grabbed some Timbits while I was out.
Yes.
Donut holes.
Which means we had those for breakfast. They were so good.
Today,
Yeah, they were so good.
Yeah, we just eat garbage all the time.
We have cupcakes right now. We
I
have
don't like
2
them, though.
cupcakes.
I don't like cupcakes.
You don't like the maple ones. You like the other ones.
I haven't got into those yet.
Yeah.
I know some people find them ugly, but I find them beautiful and so full of character. Yeah.
What are beautiful? Oh, the Sphinx?
The Sphinx. The
I think
hairless
they're really
cats.
pretty. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like them. I like the look of
Where
them.
you going, baby?
Hi. Were you not the center of
He
both
looks
of our
like
attention?
his ears. He looks like a Sphinx dog because his ears are always way up there. He looks like
We got told by the vet we have to be gentler. I don't know if gentler is the right word. We can't pet Shayla's ears in the one spot.
Shayla likes to have her ears petted like this all the time. Well, Shayla just got over an ear infection, and he said, "Well, so the one ear is like." He's like, it's just going to be the new normal for her, so you can't be petting her ears aggressively anymore.
We can pet up here, but we can't pet down near the base like we're used to.
Yeah, which she likes. The Sassy Dragons will be here on Monday. I'm so excited to add it to its sister. Yay! Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, as far as we're aware, we double checked all the shipping. There's a few people who are still waiting to get their decks. We did the mental math. It's like, okay, if every single person who hasn't gotten their decks yet doesn't get their decks, because there's not that many.
Yeah.
There's only
almost all of them have delivered at this point.
about 95% of the decks have delivered.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, if there's an issue, we still have enough decks left to cover it. So it's just everybody else.
We have enough inventory that we're confident we're good. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll sort it out.
Yeah. Hi. From Kickstarter, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Deliveries. Yeah. Really? Are we gonna just
I'll get them
aggressively
this week
pant
for
now?
sure. Yeah, that's the funny thing is that like Kickstarter, on the Kickstarter, because they can be sent because of it's weird.
They all shipped out
Shipping's
pretty
weird.
much within like 2 days.
Yeah,
Our fulfillment center is incredible. Once they start shipping, it's like boom, 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 boom. They just go out the door.
Yeah, I got mine. I'm shuffling as I watch just for fun. Yeah.
Oh, you were one of the few left. Just found the shipping email. And don't forget, guys, if you didn't find your shipping email, you can always send me a quick note. You can DM me. You can send me an email, and I'm happy to always check for you. It takes me like 2 seconds to check, so it's not hard. So if you are ever curious and want me to just take a quick look or give you your tracking number real quick, because I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, I'm just saving a dog, but I'm just able to put them first, not in the position to give them the life they deserve.
Yeah,
that's we've
talked about that for later on in life. Well, we're not in the position to take on puppies.
Like, I mean, we've talked about this. Like, once we're dog free, do we want to start over with it? Will we want to start over with another dog? And the answer is like, well, no.
Yeah. These two have been really, really special.
These two have been awesome, and it's great, but
there's a lot of life reorganizing.
You work a lot. I have a disability. Like when I'm having a bad day, these guys don't get out for as often or as long.
Yeah.
And you have to pick up the slack, and this sort of thing. And it's no big deal, and they're fine.
But the most dog-like cat, a ragdoll. I love that. Yeah. Lots of senior doggos in shelters wanting homes for sure, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Senior dogs are insanely difficult to rehome.
They're very difficult to rehome. And that's part of the problem is that their needs go up as they get older, just like with people.
And it gets expensive. That's the problem. A lot of times senior dogs end up in the shelters because they just get too expensive.
Well, we've probably spent on these two in the past 2 months, like $6,000, $7,000.
Yeah.
Something like that. Just between like blood work and like minor things like infections and things like that.
Well, Sheila got a UTI.
Followed by an
that infection. Was about $700.
Yeah.
Like, hey, blah blah blah. Then
he lost the last of his teeth a couple months ago.
He lost the last of his teeth. No, it's not a couple of months ago.
January.
Now it's about 6 months. It wasn't January, was it?
Yeah, it was when I got right before I left for Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a few grand.
That was when we had most of our bills.
It's like basically like it's like we're already so far in already so far deep in the hole with these guys.
Yeah.
You're not a pet. You're a money pit.
It is easier if you have backup. It's for sure true. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I spent 30,000 on my Artie says I spent 30,000 pounds on my last dog.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
they're so special.
We have easily spent that much on just him with the diabetes.
He got new eyes. Well, new eye lenses.
Yeah.
I always say new eyes, but
with the diabetes expense, the extra vet visits that he has to have just for regular maintenance, the insulin, oh my God, I have 9 dogs in my house. 6 are mine, 2 are fosters. And one we are babysitting. 3 of the 9 are seniors, and 2 more are going through the heartworm treatment. Yeah,
yeah, it's a lot. It's a big commitment.
It was like, was it $7,000 just to get his eyes done?
It was more than 7.
Was it per eye?
Yeah, because I think by the time we were all done, we were like 18,
20.
20. Yeah.
But
it was worth it.
Yeah,
you
husband worked overtime for almost a year to pay off the last girl's surgeries.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, he's stable too.
He was thrown into a dumpster. Oh my God, my heart. Like you could his tongue starts to hang out now because he's got no teeth anymore, but only when he's panting and excited.
Only when he wants to.
But they were actually really surprised. They said now that he's got no teeth, his tongue's gonna hang out. Because a lot of times they'll hang out the side.
Yeah, a lot of dogs. Yeah, when the teeth are gone, their tongues tends to go. But
I think his didn't because he lost his teeth over time, and I think he built up muscle to like hold it in, like earlier.
Yeah. Brutal. Yeah, they're expensive.
Oh, I live at major city top floor apartment. A baby, it was a lot to take her on walks, police sirens everywhere, so I knew her going to another family in the county would be best. Yeah, it's hard to make those choices. I had a cat when I was 19, 20. Sweetest little kitten ever, was like obsessed with this cat, but this cat had an intense flea allergy, and we didn't have fleas, but like one bite and she was screwed. And I had another cat who would occasionally track one in or whatever. We had to rehome her to an only pet household.
Yeah, I didn't have to make that decision because Benji passed away before I became completely disabled. That's kind of the funny thing is that Bruno. One of the problems that we have right now is we have a lot of dogs in this neighborhood and not very many potty spots.
And people are not always great about cleaning up, which is infuriating. Oh my God,
yeah. After a good, it's that can be a problem.
Yeah.
But so these guys don't, and these guys are both, they do just fine.
Yeah.
They do fine because they're used to it, but it's like, I would really like a break from that.
Yeah.
From the constant picking up and stuff. But it's usually the money that gets to be the issue for almost everybody.
Yeah, it gets to be a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
But these guys are doing well.
They are doing great.
These guys are doing well. Guess where all the YouTube money goes?
Yeah. Thank goodness for YouTube. Yeah, helping keep them dogs taken care of.
But you know what? I worked with somebody who was working part-time just so that they had, because we've got a senior dog. It's getting expensive.
When Bruno first got diagnosed diabetic, I was working extra classes, yoga classes, to get extra money to cover that bills.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah. It's like, I want to make sure we can afford it, so I'm just going to teach extra classes.
Well, if I didn't have the shop, we'd be bringing in extra money just to make sure his money. If it was an issue of money, then it's like, oh yeah, I'd be going back to work, doing whatever it takes.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Hi, he is just having the time of his life over here.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Oh, we're wrestling now.
Oh, now we're playing. Oh my god.
This is how we wrestle. This is about as rough as, if I get any rougher than this, he's like, oh my god, what did I do wrong?
Yeah, he thinks he's in trouble. But yeah.
Hi.
We are having a pretty chill weekend. Otherwise,
We're having a very chill weekend. The plan is to play
Diablo.
video games tonight.
That's
Play
what we're
Diablo.
I've got one video. I'm going to film my recent deck roundup. To go
Ooh,
up on
dinner is
Tuesday.
here. Enjoy your dinner.
Bye.
Enjoy your dinner.
I'm blessed. My boyfriend built a local vet clinic and is best friends with a vet, so it's much different experience. Pet bills are so hard and so steeply priced.
Oh yeah. It's crazy how expensive it's got. Everything's expensive. That's just what's going on there. You got something on you? What'd you spill on yourself? Silly dog.
Yeah.
Can I beat you up? Beat, 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 beat.
But yeah.
Okay. Hi. Oh, you such a cutie pie. Hi.
We love our pets. We love our pets for sure. What are y'all up to this weekend? When is Sassy Dragons going to be on Etsy? It's there now. It's in a pinned post.
That's one of
description
the
box.
reasons we want to make sure we've had so many people asking about it. It's like, well, we were wanting to go. It's like, well, let's go live. Let's go live and hang out. And everybody wants to know about the Etsy shop anyway.
Yeah.
So it was a good excuse. Hi.
But yeah, it's up now. It's in stock. It's ready to go. Ready to ship. Shipping will probably be Monday, Tuesday for most orders that come in over the weekend. Yay! I know it's exciting.
Yeah. What else is going on? What else do we have going on? We don't have anything going on. That's about you're UJO. We're kind of okay. We're in that quiet space where that was the last thing that we needed to do for Sassy Dragons. Then your UJO stuff.
That's where my head's right now.
Yeah,
I'm working on that. I've got my head. I'm like neck deep in Unicorn's Journey Oracle right now. I'm literally working on the guidebook. I'm through most of the fire suit, Spirit and Fire. And so I have 3 more suits to format and write in the guidebook. And then that will be ready. You're at a baseball game right now? I'm so honored. I'm a cat girl all the way. They're so easy. I know, yeah. I was supposed to show one of my colleagues. Oh, do you show? Oh my goodness. But I locked my keys in my car and missed my show time. Oh no. We'll make it tomorrow. At least you get to reschedule it. I also have baby chicks hatching on your counter. I would like pictures, please, in the Supportive Tarot Facebook group.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you very much.
Oh, yes.
If you're on Facebook.
I love to see that stuff.
If you're on Facebook.
I love to see. It's like I love to see. Like, okay, tarot and what?
Yeah.
Tarot and what is the thing that moves your day along?
Barb got a pedicure today. Tomorrow I'm going rock crystal shopping. Oh, I love rock crystal shopping.
I can imagine me trying to get a pedicure. I'd be like,
you would not be able to handle it at all.
My feet are
I've done pedicures on Peggy, but even then I have to be like really rough. Like not like not abusive, but like I have to be very firm. Accounting study all weekend. This is why. Oh, I know
that's
why.
A
Never
lot.
mind.
Yeah,
That's a lot though. I'm sorry. That sucks.
That's a lot.
I am gaming with Dawn tomorrow, and Dawn and Krista and Allie. Why did I have a brain fart? Dawn and Krista and Allie were gaming tomorrow on her Twitch channel. But other than that, it's been a pretty chill weekend. Next weekend we got stuff though. Well, next weekend I've got.
Next week I go in. I have to get a root canal. So next week I go in on Friday.
Yeah.
Get knocked out for 4 hours, and then.
Yeah. So if I pop on randomly on Friday just to chat, that's what I'll be doing. I don't know, but I've got troubleshooting the tarot on Saturday.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that. I haven't posted it yet, but I'm doing a troubleshooting tarot. I haven't done one in ages, but I'll be doing one on Saturday.
Oh, I had a Maine Coon. They are beautiful cats.
Aww.
Beautiful cats. And
they
are
so pretty.
And the females are so, I don't know about the males. I had a female. The females are so insanely cuddly. They just love to cuddle nonstop.
Barb says, yeah, now I have slutty toes. I love it so much.
Not just the rest of your slutty persona. You're fine.
It's amazing. Diana has been on vacation this week and had a whole list of to-dos, but instead you've been reading Mary Magdalene Revealed and Understand Tarot. Oh, I don't know about Understand Tarot, but how have you been liking Mary Magdalene Revealed? Such a good book. I really need to reread it. It's I've got it so I can reread it, but I haven't done it yet. Still recovering from knee replacement. That is a big recovery. Hopefully you've got enough stuff to do.
I don't know what I don't think I qualify, and I'm afraid to find out.
You probably would qualify at this point, but it's one of those things where you make the decision based, I think, a lot of times on pain and
Well,
stuff.
I made the decision to retire so that I don't have to be. I made the decision. Well, we made the decision for me to retire so that I don't have to be in positions that require long periods of standing, except by choice.
Yeah. Oh, in a salt room. Is that what I think it is? Because I've been at spas
Salt,
where there's
yeah.
a salt room. Is that what you mean? Or do you mean something else? Just in case. I don't know.
I like you said assault.
No.
It's like, what? You go there and beat people up? That is so not okay.
There are places.
Yeah, see, Breb says, thank you, Peg. Yeah, revel in my sluttiness.
There are places you can go
Always
where you
revel in
break
it.
stuff. Like you literally like rent a room. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah. I've
And you
heard
can
of
like
those.
smash things. It's like anger management, I guess. I don't know. Oh, how many cards? 70. There are 70 cards.
Oh.
So quick rundown because you know I want to geek out about this. There are 5 suits: spirit, fire, water, air, and earth. And each suit has 14 cards, 70 total. Each
You just gotta
suit
pull your head back, buddy.
each suit has a balance of positive or uplifting kind of card themes, neutral, and shadowy. So yeah, it's really balanced.
Rage rooms. That's what Leah's saying.
Yeah, rage rooms. Yeah, I'm really excited about the balance in the Oracle. It's got some really strong themes.
Indian and Thai curry.
Mhm.
I love Thai food. Oh my god, I love Thai food. But around here, it's authentic, which means it's too hot and it will kill me.
Well, we just tell them we want a little bit of spice. My favorite.
They're really good. They're really good at adjusting the spice. If you ask,
They are. My favorite is beef pad siu. That's my favorite.
I'm just basic. I'm like.
Do you guys just want to see some like preview cards of the Oracle? Are you okay if I do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am just being. I am.
Let me open it up.
This is Bruno's idea of playing rough with me.
Yeah.
So we're just playing right now.
I may not have them. No. Let me grab my memory card and I'll show you guys some previews.
Where you going, buddy? Where you going? Get your face. Where you going? You gonna go get her?
I'm coming right back, dude.
Okay.
I'm coming right back.
If something happened, I have to stop being happy for a
Okay.
minute.
Here,
Happy on hold.
I will plug this in and then I will show you guys some previews. Because that's always fun, right? Because I've laid them out. Do I have an open USB? I do. Okay, let's plug it in over here.
I think I'm going to print a deck and wheel too.
Oh, nice.
You're gonna do
Shareable cards.
Look at him. He's like, wait a second.
Okay.
My chances of pets are now 0.
Okay, now I go here and I click present, share screen, window, there. And then I put it up on the screen and I change us to, oh, that's not going to work. I change us to that one. There we go. Okay.
Moira, I can't eat hot food. I finally gave up and decided to learn how to make my own curry. Yeah, because curry doesn't have to be hot. But when it's authentic, it's going to be hot. And it's like, ah.
Yes. So this is the first card in the spirit suit. I'm just going to start flipping through them, I guess.
You can just pull your head back, silly.
Look it. That's probably going to be on the front of the box.
That would look good on the cover.
Yeah, Francesca's expanding the artwork a bit for us so that we can put that on the front. I think that's the one. I love this one. I love it. Coming up with themes was really, really fun for this. Like really, really fun. Which one's your favorite so far, April?
Oh yeah, she has to flip away completely.
Yeah, I do. I can actually. We have to make curry to get it hot. They put cheddar cheese and butter chicken They put cheddar cheese in your butter chicken? Yeah, so the Oracle is set after the events in the tarot. So it is meant to stand alone. So you don't need to know the tarot.
They do butter chicken with cream, but they don't put cheese in it here.
Oh, you like Awakening? I love this one. Coming up with ideas. So I actually, you guys, such a nerd. I came up with like
Indian food.
I kind of want Indian food too. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I came up with all of the keywords and sub keywords and like the whole thing first, and then decided how I wanted each one illustrated, and then sent those descriptions to Francesca, and that's how we ended up here. That's the sort of process. But
yeah.
So we have disconnection, divine connection, healing. I love this one. Oh my God, she's so sweet, covered up with all the moss. Oh my God, I love her so much.
Are you hearing the noise?
Is that Shayla snoring? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Shayla's snoring. So if you can hear her.
If you can hear a light snoring, if you can hear a weird sound that sounds almost like snoring, that is Shayla.
Yeah.
That is Shayla. She's not that big of a dog behind the couch making more than enough noise.
I love this one too. Yay, Shalima. I'm so glad. Yeah. You love healing. I love healing too. So I'm working on the guidebook. The guidebook, like with the UJT, the guidebook will have a self-worth message. Unlike the UJT, the guidebook will have 3 journal prompts for every card, which can either work as journal prompts or as a tarot spread or as contemplation. Yeah, of course. Which one do you want to print of? Oh, healing. Yeah. I am hoping to do some prints. I don't know yet. I'm going to have to get those quoted out by the fulfillment center. That might be a stretch goal thing we do. That's a baby phoenix.
Well, and that might be something that we can do. Depending on what you get back for quoting on pricing on stuff like that, that might be something you might be able to backwards engineer for all of the other decks that we've done so far.
Yeah. I got to move that a bit. Yeah.
Hi.
Resistance. Look at it's rolling a boulder uphill. I did that for you. For me. Yeah.
We call it rolling the boulder to the bottom of the hill. I'll make a suggestion. Hey, let's do this thing.
Yeah.
And she'll like, instead of saying, oh, I'm interested in that idea,
I'll be like, here's all the problems though.
Here's all the problems. It's like, do you even like the idea?
Yeah.
Well, here's all the problems though. But what about, why would we, it's like, if you don't like the idea, then taking a step back to solve all the problems is a waste of time. What do you think of the idea?
Yeah, explore the idea first.
I can't explore the idea because here's all these potential problems. It's like, but if you're not interested in the idea.
And you know what I did is I have Mystic rolling the boulder uphill. Oh, right here, there's a path. It's described in the guidebook because it's kind of covered by the banner. Visible, yeah. I know. That's okay though. Love Serenity. Serenity is probably going to be the cover of the guidebook, I think. But yeah, Synchronicity. These are just the spirit suit. Unity, worthiness, and one of my favorites is wounded. I love this because the idea is that you can only see the wound in the reflection. So I love that. Yep. And then let's see, now we're in the fire suit. So we have adaptability, aggression, arrogance. This is so cute.
Why is that a dragon?
Why do you think?
Some of us take an idea we like by thinking about how we can make it happen, and then requires planning and contingencies for how shit can go sideways.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it should go.
Yeah.
Lisa has a bad habit of, well, how can it go sideways before deciding how to make it happen?
But I think that's what Maria's saying. It's kind of like
you have to be aware of both things, right?
A little bit, yeah.
You have to be aware of both things, but if you focus only on one if you focus only on one or prioritize only one, then you're not going to figure out. You're either going to get so gung-ho and excited about what's going on that you're blind to the risks, or you're going to be so focused on the risks that you're blind to the opportunity.
That's right. So this is basically meant to help me, like, this is like my ticking all my boxes, right? I like having a main keyword theme or kind of theme.
Oh,
and then
my God.
I like sub-keywords.
Moira, I glanced and I thought it said,
syphilis.
I thought it said syphilis the unicorn.
I know how you think.
Syphilis the unicorn.
Yeah, resistance is totally a Peggyism card.
I'm now going to call it syphilis.
No, you're not. You're not. So these are the fire cards.
Well, resistance is a Peggyism card. There's things that you should absolutely resist, but before you make that decision, you have to look at both sides of the problem. Empowerment. That's better. That's a better use of dragons.
Yes, there you go. Initiative.
Vision, purpose, wonder.
Yeah.
Oh, more dragons doing positive things. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I will forgive you. For the
oh, good. Liberation. Passion. Pretense. I love this one. I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out because I was picturing it exactly like this. Like it's basically a unicorn dressing up like a dragon to go play with the dragons kind of thing. But I was like, how is that going to actually work? And Francesca did a great job illustrating this idea.
I don't know why, but I have a mouthful of dog hair.
Can't imagine why. The water cards. I was really excited about the water cards because the water cards are all underwater. Like, you know, in UJT, the water unicorns, we mostly see them on land or just peeking out of the water. So in the water suit, I brought them all underwater. So we get to see the underwater environments, which I think is great. Yeah, see, I meant that I can hear your voice using that boulder up the hill analogy. Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah. I say that to her. We
do talk about it a lot. We talked about it literally this morning.
Because some people are, like I said, some people are all about the optimism and blind to the risk. Some people are all about the risks and blind to the optimism. And that's where you tend to be all about the risks.
I'm optimistic about people and like really pessimistic about plans and processes. Yeah.
We had that just today. What we were talking about was like, dude, you need to stop. It's like, do you even like the idea?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, well, yeah, but it's like, we have to explore the idea, whether it has enough merit to be worth solving these problems.
Yes. I love this. Like a little hiding octopus in
It's a
discernment.
tree octopus.
It is a tree. It's a coral octopus.
Climbing a
He's
coral
climbing
tree.
a coral. Yeah. Oh, I love the empathy card. There are 14 cards per suit. And they're not, the suit names aren't on the cards because it's pretty obvious. Like, I love that card. And by that card, I mean every single card. I love the gratitude with her holding the pearl and kissing the oyster.
Yeah.
Manipulation. So there's shadowy themes and positive themes. And yeah, we're gonna, unless we have an issue with shipping or fulfillment, we're going to make on the Kickstarter, you'll be able to get the tarot and oracle together as a set.
The answer is 90% yes, but
Yes.
we do have to verify a few things just in case that 10% is 10% whatever's going to bite us in the ass.
This one took me the longest time to come up with what I wanted to do in the illustration. I was like, I need it to tell the story about what nurturing looks like. And I was like, I wanted it to have that vibe of like laying in a hammock looking at the
could
stars.
be Peggy made me do it.
Yeah. Yep. Passivity.
You can go sleep now. I'm completely covered in fur.
I love reflection. This is one of my
Yeah.
favorites. It's in a shipwreck. I don't think you've seen that one yet.
No, I have not seen that one yet.
It's good, right?
I like that. Rejection.
Yep.
Oh,
That's a good one. This, yeah.
yeah.
Self-reproach, inner critic, and wallowing. Solitude.
You can go have a nap. You go sleepies.
Trust. Sleeping on the back of a sea turtle.
Mine would be Lisa made me do it if we're talking decks.
Yeah. Oh, a key. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the keyword could be Peggy made me do it. Mine would be Lisa. That's cute. Vulnerability. And now we're into the air. This is another one of my favorites.
Is this? Do you have the whole deck ready?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the whole deck.
We're
guys.
showing you the whole deck. Yeah. I might have in for a dime and for a dollar, right? Yeah. So this is about unmasking, sincerity,
And
honesty,
don't forget, you can always come back later and pause,
Mhm.
pause,
balance,
like that.
clarity. Look at the little baby air unicorn.
Oh,
So cute.
Like I get it.
Communication, connection, listening, and responsiveness.
I've got a face full of fur, so the yawning is starting.
Yeah. Confusion. Curiosity.
What's behind the waterfall?
Yep. Detachment. Distraction. Ooh, a butterfly. This one
That's
was easy.
you.
This one was very easy for me to
This is
figure out
you.
how to illustrate.
It's like, oh, show me something. Yeah.
Yep. Doubt. Look
Why
at
stay on task when you can find a butterfly to choose?
skepticism, apprehension, and reservation. Look at-
Nice.
It's like the little baby going out the nest. I love this one too because I love candles. I love how Francesca plays with light. It was one of the things that drew me to her work in the first place.
Yeah.
I love this one too.
I've got a face full of
I'm not
dog fur.
judging you for
Oh, okay,
yawning.
I thought I
I
was
was-
getting
no.
that look.
No, the look because I'm proud of this one.
Nice.
Frustration. I love how we actually did a few versions of this and I was like, no, this sylph needs to look real mad about it. Like, so
Yeah.
irritation, discontent, impatience. She's all stuck up in the moss or whatever, the vines. Mindfulness, perspective. So you can hopefully see, I know you guys are going to love their suit. Hopefully you can see that like
No squirrel.
the elemental themes are like woven through. So you can really see that the air cards are about air related themes and so forth. So
Yeah.
you can bring in the elemental energy for sure. Earth suit means we get to see more chunky unicorns, which I know we all are obsessed with them. They are so freaking cute. So I love this one because it's all portrait style. It's so cute. Boundaries. Peggy helped me with this one. We had a different kind of color ball and I'm like, I think we need to change the ball because it didn't look obvious it was a ball in the fence. They're getting a little bit in trouble for not minding the boundary there.
Yeah.
Depletion.
Ugh.
Almost done. Fear.
It's not you. I'm covered in.
You're literally covered in dog fur.
too much
Yeah.
dog hair, and I start yawning. I'm not tired. I just do this when I get. Yeah.
Peggy really helped me with this one too. Remember this? Remember when I was super stuck on groundwork? I'm like, I know what I need to illustrate. And
Yeah.
Peggy's like, you need to show them like flattening, leveling the ground, and then laying the stones for the
Yeah.
Harvest. Practicality. Resilience. Rooted is so cute. So all the elemental background characters, I guess you could say, or whatever, the side
Yeah.
characters got center stage. Self-reliance. Self-sabotage. So he's plucking the carrots before they're fully ripe and his watering can's there and seeds. So he could be nurturing what he has and instead is pulling them out in advance.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Fear of success, imposter syndrome, self-destructive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shaky
he's
ground.
like picking them too early and then being upset because they're not in good shape instead of just
Exactly.
figuring it out.
Yep.
Okay, I
Shaky
get-
ground. They're building their little thing on top of a unicorn about to wake up. Sustenance. I love wisdom. It's
Santa Claus.
it's basically Santa the gnome. Yeah. And there's the backs roughly. Although we are hoping to hit a stretch goal and be able to do gold foil metallic for the sun. But yeah, there we go.
That's it.
That's it.
I have to abandon you at least long enough to change
Yeah.
my shirt.
Anyways, the fact that it's actual keywords, not titles, I know, right? Like it's like I made my dream Oracle deck. It's almost
You
like
did.
yep, we knew there would be titles and keywords and unicorns. I'm so glad you like it. They're like the unicorn version of Highland cows. I know. I love them. I'm so happy about it. So yeah, 70 cards, same exact card stock as I've been doing. So 330 GSM black core unless something dramatically changes and I can't get it or something. But right now that's the plan. And yeah. I actually sent a copy of because I'm using a different printer than I used for UJT, but I sent the printer a copy of the UJT so we can hopefully I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but I'm hoping to make sure that the boxes for UJT and UJO are the same height. Like I'm hoping that we can get that pretty close to identical. Who knows? It's a different run, so I mean you can't really guarantee it, but I'm hoping to have the same height and the same like width across. So if you put them on a shelf, they're going to sit nicely together. The UJO will be a shorter box this way because the guidebook is shorter. So in the UJT, every card had 2 pages, but on the UJO, because I don't have the story, we don't have a story. We have like a description of what's happening in the art, a meaning, a self-worth message, and 3 journal prompts, and that fits on 1 page. So we actually have about half as many pages in the guidebook. So the guidebook will be thinner, but I also designed the Unicorn's Journey Oracle to work without a guidebook. So like I'm not going to use the guidebook. We changed printers actually for Sassy Dragons. The first printer's quality was really good, but I had a terrible time, if I'm being honest. I didn't have a great time. So there was a lot of stress and frustration. It was mostly communication and other issues that they had around customer service. But it was really stressful. It was really stressful. Like I'm not sure I want to ever do this again level of stress. And so I started shopping around for another printer after UJT and worked with them for Sassy Dragons as a bit of a test to make sure that we were happy with the service and that, everything was good. And so when I went out for bids for Unicorn's Journey Oracle with printers, they were top of my list because I did have a good experience with them. They really took care of us through Sassy Dragons. Communication was great. And I told them that from the beginning. I'm like, if you don't have the answer, that's cool, but I just need to hear back. And I had just a terrible time with that with the first project. So that's why. But we weren't sure we were going to be able to use another printer for a bit because of cardstock, and they've sorted that out. So we were able to get the cardstock we wanted, and yeah, it was a lot. Going through it was a lot. But again, quality-wise, 0 complaints. And the qualities of the decks have been identical. We're using the exact same raw materials. So it's one of those things where customer service and having a good experience was more important. But yeah, thank you, April. Yeah, I was like on the verge. I was like, I can never go through this again. It was so stressful. And honestly, Unicorn's Journey Tarot should have delivered quicker than it did and would have if the communication had been smoother. And that was really frustrating for me because I'm like, well, we could have like freaking gotten this out the door so much quicker. Sassy Dragons was so smooth. The only delay we experienced at any point was the printer caught an error and had to rerun all of the not safe for work decks actually, but they caught the error, they fixed it. It only put us behind by like 2 weeks. They communicated beautifully through that process. And then when everything shipped, the classics and the NSFWs ended up on 2 different shipping containers. The shipping container that this one was on cleared customs super quick, like in like a few days. And this one took like 3 weeks to clear customs. So everything didn't get to the fulfillment center at the same time, but a lot of people had purchased both and everything. Yeah. Chinese New Year didn't affect us because we actually planned for that. So we made sure that the decks shipped out. In fact, our deck shipped out from our printer for Sassy Dragons literally the day before they went on holiday for Chinese New Year. Yeah. Because we told them that up front. We're like, we need to ship before the holiday. Sorry, baby. Yes.
Yeah. And they prioritized making sure that because they didn't want to leave stuff hanging around their warehouses.
I'm not going to name any names right now because again, I may work with them in the future if we, if it turns out they're the ones that can do the best job. I know Peggy's like, never again will you work with them.
No.
But yeah, it's very unlikely. But yeah, I don't like to name names in general.
Well,
anyways.
okay.
Yeah.
The issue that we had was with the biggest part of the issue that we had was 100% with the person that we were working with.
Yeah. Everybody else we know working with the exact same printer are
I've
happy.
had great experience.
Amazing experience.
This particular guy was a fucking problem.
Yeah.
And their policy is once you start working with one person, they will not let you
They won't let you switch. So
it's like, well, they won't let us switch. So
somebody
until
else gets
they
my
do,
business.
until they do, we're taking the business elsewhere.
Yep.
And it's like, like we're not running around going cautionary tale. We're not. It's like if anybody asks, we're just being honest about what happened.
somebody just asked about the backs. So yeah. This is the baseline for the backs. It's a sun. So on the back of, so it's like
It's a ridiculous rule, and that is the only
dumb.
reason why we're not willing to do business with them.
Yep. So UJT, you're laying on your back in the lilac woods looking up and you see Mystic Special Star. So in the Unicorn's Journey Oracle, you're lying on your back looking up and you see the sun. And if we do a Lenormand, it's going to be a moon. So
yeah,
I wanted the Celestials because
I think you're gonna do a Lenormand, but I think
so too. Yeah.
depending on I think you're gonna do a Lenormand, but also a Lenormand is a much smaller, much less expensive deck to produce in the first place.
Yeah, it should be.
It should be. So if you do a Lenormand, it's probably going to be more worthwhile just to run it, just to
put it straight on
put
Etsy.
it straight to Etsy.
Yeah, I don't think I'll do a Kickstarter for the Lenormand.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the backings with the sun, the stretch goal will be to have that sun be in a really pretty metallic gold foil.
Well, that's basically that's not the final version of the back.
Yeah, if we hit our stretch goals, then the sun would be metallic. But yeah.
Yeah, but I thought for some reason I thought the sun was going to be a little bit bigger.
No, I don't think so. It might be. We might be able to make it bigger. I wanted the clouds. I really liked the fluffy white clouds.
Oh, it doesn't. Honestly, you're the decider here.
I'll be able to play when
I thought that you. I thought that you had said that this is what we've got right now, but it is subject to some tweaks.
Yeah.
So
my tummy's growling. I don't know why. It's making noise. If you hear it, I'm sorry. It's just my tummy. I'm not hungry. It's just growling. It's making noise.
My team, the Ducks, just won the game. Watching you guys be good luck. Yay!
Congratulations. Go Ducks. Woo!
If you do a Lenormand, will you add on extra cards?
Probably not. I'm not a big fan of the extra cards. I gotta admit. I like the base system. Give me 36 cards, maybe some extra people cards. That's it. Significant.
Well, you like having like the significator cards being.
I like being able to change them out. I actually really like having a querent partner card instead of a man, woman, because then you can do any combination of two people. Yeah, which I love. What were you saying about Morgan and Me? The backs remind me of the quote from the inside of the UJT box, one of my favorite childhood books. Yes. Nice. So the inside, if you guys don't know, the inside of UJT is a quote from the book Morgan and Me, which was the very first time I ever encountered a unicorn in childhood that I can remember. And it was a little, I think it was like a little golden book, but it was part of the Serendipity book series. I actually have them now. But this quote on the back is, do you ever lie on your back and gaze at the sky, wishing you were something other than you are? I think I'm going to also have this blue cloudy sky also be, I think the inside parts of the box are going to be the same as they were for UJT. I think. So I think this part here will be the same. And I think this part here will be the same. Not the quote, but like the clouds. I haven't decided if there'll be a quote on the inside of the Unicorn's Journey Oracle box. I haven't given that any thought yet.
Well, you haven't got there yet.
We'll see. But yeah,
I think you're gonna do a Lenormand though.
I think it'll be like a yellow gold hollow is what I would do for the sun. Probably. Maybe or maybe not hollow, depending on if the rainbow gets weird on the sun. We'll see. I've got some foil samples to look at, so we will decide. Anyways, I didn't mean to turn this into a whole Unicorn's Journey Oracle.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just excited.
We were hanging out the chat and just hanging out. The only two things that we had to announce is that the Etsy shop now has Sassy Dragons in it.
My Etsy shop.
Her Etsy shop now has Sassy Dragons in it, and we've figured out how to price around potential tariffs.
And in case we didn't talk about it, did we talk about your Etsy shop being good? Business
my
as usual?
Etsy shop's good. Nothing's changed in my.
Excuse me.
Nothing's changed in my shop. Nothing's changed in my shop. For the simple fact that the de minimis is still in place, as long as you're not ordering $800 worth of bags, there's whatever types of taxes, duties and fees you may already be paying, those aren't going to change. if you're in the States, then the zero that you're paying now is what you're going to continue to pay.
Yeah, and you've got still a pretty good selection in there. You put up some new listings.
I
This
put up
last
some
week.
new stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird. The one picture that I took, the background is really, really washed out, but the bag itself is
The right color.
the right color.
It's so annoying trying to get that
it's weird.
figured out. You can talk about anything you want.
We need a Sassy Dragon bag. Basically, the problem with that, because we did think about a Sassy Dragon bag.
We did, yeah.
We would have to order custom fabric. I don't like spoonflower fabric. I couldn't find anything else that's comparable.
Yeah.
I don't like the feel of the fabric. It's very like plastic.
It's got like a waxy feeling.
It's got a waxy plastic finish.
Yeah.
And anybody else that might be doing the same thing is going to cost even more. And it's hideously expensive to buy custom fabric.
It is.
And it's a huge workload for me to sew it all up.
Yeah.
But we couldn't even themes change. Yeah, it's like oilcloth. Themes change every year, and there's not a lot of there's not a lot of dragony type stuff around right now. They're not in fashion anymore. We used to stumble over this shit.
We saw a couple that were cute, but they still didn't look like the Sassy
Hey,
Dragons.
Donna, how you doing?
Hi, Donna, it's so good to see you.
Yeah.
I put my Sassy Dragon
Dragon
in the
Eye fabric. Yeah. That was about the best thing that we could find. It's like, and it's neither a good thing or a bad thing. It was just, that's what it is thing. But yeah, we realized that the only way that we could do an actual custom fabric was going to be too expensive and was still not going to be the quality of fabric that I wanted.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
It's one thing to pay more and really, really like the end product, but you don't really like that feel. And
I don't like the fabric.
You're not
I did
happy
not
with
like
it.
the fabric at all. It's like, it's like we could have because we have the graphic files. We could have got the fabric. That's not a problem.
Well, we ordered samples even just to double check.
Yeah, we ordered samples and they were gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, a couple of them are not as bad.
Okay. Let's put this way.
But they're so expensive.
I have to like the fabric I'm working with.
Absolutely.
It's obvious. Okay, Spoonflower is a huge fucking company. Obviously, people like the fabric.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's it at the end of the day. Yeah, absolutely.
But like, I will tell you right now, like,
Didn't we also talk about the weave being like, wasn't the weave like tighter so it would have been harder on the needles for all your foldovers?
No. That was a different conversation about boutique.
Gotcha.
But there's a couple of companies in Canada that does custom fabric, and apparently one of them was really, really good and they use a different process. The problem being is that they were like almost triple the cost.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think anybody wants to pay $50 a bag. It was going to be super fucking crazy for prices.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, you have to like what you're working with. And I
agree, yeah.
It feels plasticky. It feels...
Is Spoonflower fabric better if you wash out the sizing they use when printing?
No. That was the problem. It's
we do Oh yeah, we did. We actually did. We did do a wash test and it still felt kind of, it feels like artificially.
We didn't do a wash test on this. Basically, it's like they start off with a white piece of fabric. Our embroidered patch is costly. It depends on where you're going.
Yeah.
Depends on like iron-ons and stuff like that. It depends on where you're getting them. They can be,
yeah.
I mean, that was an option. Make plain bags in a single color and then iron or sew on patches.
Yeah.
But again, we're talking just the workload alone would have been crazy.
My thing with the patches, like you attached a patch. I got sent a patch for my Reclaim Oracle, and you actually attached it to just the corner so that it could kind of like flop a little bit to my one bag. And I didn't mind that, but I don't like how patches, if they're more than just little, they don't allow the bag to like crunch properly, like to move properly. It creates
but it depends, right? Some people are like, this is awesome, and some people are like, this is whatever. That's
true.
It's I have to enjoy working with it. It's like, yeah, Spoonflowers.
I've gotten Peggy fabrics, not gotten. We've gone to the fabric store and I've been, hey, honey, buy this.
The workload would have been crazy.
Yeah, it would have been crazy. But I've picked up fabric for you and like been like, oh my god, this is amazing. And for whatever reason, because you just don't like the fabric,
I don't use it.
It just sits in your stash.
Yeah, we stopped.
You have to like it, so you want to work with it, kind of thing.
But yeah, no, like I said, we found one person, we found one company that might have been able to supply a custom fabric for us, but their prices were way too high.
They're so high, and I think that's the other thing. We like keeping everything
floral Peggy bag the other day, and I loved it. I love whimsical and florals. Yeah, I sometimes get the florals in.
Yeah,
I'm just trying right now to focus on my stash and work through some of it.
You've got so much fabric.
Oh my god, I've got way too much fabric.
She's got so much fabric.
I have got way too much fabric. I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is turn something you love into a burdensome workload. We didn't do it with UJT either. It just would have been too much.
Well, again, that okay. don't forget, we started investigating custom fabrics with
Or
UJT.
Yeah.
So
Plus, it's that whole thing of like we like
yeah,
things
the
to
patches
be.
have worked really well on Krista's crochet bags. Yeah, because
Oh,
that's
I bet
gonna
they
be
are.
yeah, that is
Yeah.
gonna be because it's already a super soft bag, so it's gonna feel really good.
Have any Wizard of Oz fabric? I just got the Wizard of Oz tarot. It's going to be in my recent deck roundup on Tuesday.
No, I don't have anything that would be. I don't have anything. That
I don't
would
think
be
we've
Wizard of
even come
Oz.
across much. We've come across quite a few
I don't
that are
think
like
you can get
Alice or
it.
Alice adjacent.
Yeah, I've got
But not-
Alice type fabrics, but
You need to find someone who can print some sublimation iron-ons to put on a plain fabric bag.
that would be
Yeah,
the thing.
that would be
that
cool.
would be do a plate. Yeah, we were actually thinking about just getting bags commissioned and made for us.
Yeah, but I mean, one of the issues with that is like
The sizing of the bag itself.
well, the sizing, and also when people get one of your bags, they're used to a particular quality level that we haven't really found. Okay, I think, and I'm your biggest fan.
I'm
but
a big snob now. I'm a big
I'm a
snob now
snob.
about the bag. It's like you got to do certain things, accomplish certain
But
things.
there's even little things like the way you're stitching is like, it's just a thing. I don't know. I will be sharing my thoughts. I'm going to record that video, I think, later tonight.
Oh, you've got a Wizard of Oz tarot?
Yeah.
Cool.
It just came in
Cool.
about a week or two ago. It's going to be in my recent deck roundup. But yeah, I have thoughts.
You have thoughts. You
I
have
do.
all the thoughts.
I do have thoughts. But yeah, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah, no, I've got stash to work through. I've still got that. I've still got the rest of that mushroom fabric to use.
Look what Peggy made me. This is the best thing. Oh my god. Okay. So if you like, okay, I'm gonna
You want me to go behind the couch and hold it up or what?
yeah, and I want them to hear it. Can you hear it? It has a sound. It makes me so happy.
It has a crinkly sound that she's in love with.
It's like a light blanket. It's like a single layer blanket.
It's basically a sheet.
It's basically a sheet. Okay, yeah, go show. It's all out of do you say it batik? Is that the right way to say it? It's all out of batik fabric. This is also a Peggy Alice quilt she made me. This is my Alice quilt. But this is my lightweight thing I've been putting on me where whenever I'm on the couch, I like just I'm covered up with this because it's like it's really light. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it. Look it. It's just
a
squares.
single layer. Batik does not have a front. Batik is a particular type of fabric that doesn't have a front or a back. It's the exact same thing on the front.
But
and
there's
back.
no exposed seams because Peggy has this seam trick for like hiding all the seams inside so that you have no
I
edges
just
that can fray.
Sewed them all together, and now we've got basically a sheet.
And it crinkles. I was so worried.
A
She's
multicolor sheet versus having to put it together as a patch, and it's because all the other fabrics have a front and a back.
And she
This
showed
has
this
no
to
back.
me. She showed this to me before she washed it. And like,
You were sad.
please tell me if you can hear the sound. Can you hear the sound? Anyways, it made that crinkle, and I was like, if you wash it, is the crinkle sound going to go away? Because I love the crinkle sound. And she's like, I don't know, probably. And then it came out of the wash, and it still crinkled, and I was really happy. Do you have a video for your seam technique? It would be on your live stream because didn't you make this or start making this
I
on
started
live
making
stream?
it online. Okay, this is
the best. It's like you get to cuddle under a blanket, but it's not hot at all. It's amazing.
basically you take your two pieces of fabric and you sew them together, and then you just turn it.
This is
sew
exactly
it. I don't
why.
know.
Already, yes, because I love having a layer over me when it's not
Yes.
cold enough for a proper blanket. And Peggy's
We do
I'm
this
like that
all
too.
the time. So she sits around all the time with something on her.
And then I get hot and I
And
have
then
to
she
kick
gets
it
hot,
off.
she kicks it off. Yeah, I can't lose the crinkle. But this
Crinkle's
is
so good. Did you guys
this
were
is
you able
just
to hear
a-
it?
This
Did
is
you
a
hear the
basic
crinkle?
batik material. This is where the seam is.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is that, like, that's where they're sewn together is down the center,
Yeah.
and then the seam, the hem, the edging
This one
is just
also?
folded back.
This is
It's
a
really
pretty one.
simple. It's a really simple technique.
But yeah, batiks are the same on the front and the back. So
super
it's
simple.
It's single
Anybody
layer.
can. This is super simple. Anybody can do it. And
Okay.
you just start with this is called batik. It's like I said, it's not much thicker than a sheet, and it's the exact same on both sides. There's no front or back.
Yeah. So there's no right side, wrong side. So you need to crinkle it close to the mic. Okay. Where's the mic? I think it's up by the camera. Okay, so you're not gonna see us.
So
Did
it
you hear it?
sounds.
Did you
It's
hear
got
it?
that crinkly sound of a big heavy blanket.
It's almost like a really crisp hotel sheet or something. But
Yeah.
like it's oh gosh.
Have a good one, Crystal. See you next time.
Bye, Crystal.
Yeah, I showed it on my channel the other day.
Mhm.
On my little baby channel, Peggy. So
Oh, you guys could hear it. Oh, good.
Yeah, satisfying crinkle. But yeah,
it is a
so
satisfying
it does
crinkle.
it does technically have a front and a back. But if you don't care about how the seams feel, then it doesn't have.
I don't have a date estimate yet because, guys, I have to finish the work.
Mhm.
I'm working on the guidebook. As soon as that's done and I've got the cover and the box designed, so I need a little more time.
Okay, we're gonna say May,
May tentative.
but we're not gonna give a date in
Because
May.
like I have to finish all that, then I have to send all that off to the printer, then I have to get proofs back and approve those, then I have to get samples ordered. The samples have to come in, I have to check those, and then do Kickstarter prep, like photos and videos and stuff to prep for the actual Kickstarter campaign itself. So probably, I mean, my aggressive timeline is sometime in May. So yeah, that's the hope.
Well,
Ooh,
aggressive.
you know what else I can show you guys? Oh my God. You know what else I can show you guys? I can show you guys.
Oh,
I can show you guys some Convocation of Witches teasers. I've got like 5 now.
you have 5 now?
Yeah, I do. Hold on.
Have you guys heard about the next deck that's coming after UJO? We've got.
Wait,
like,
did I only tell?
I keep saying we as if I'm doing. She's doing all the work. I'm
Everything
just
is
sitting there going,
everything is.
I'm just
we.
gonna bask in the side glow. Here.
Convocation of Witches Tarot is my. I've been very quiet about it in public. I mentioned
Well,
in my
because
newsletter.
that's at best it's coming out next year.
2026. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's at best.
At best, we just started on the artwork. We've got 5 arts back, no layouts or anything.
Yeah,
They're square, but they get cropped in, just so y'all know. But let me pull those up.
yeah. You're starting with square.
Let me pull them up. Okay.
This is called Convocation of Witches.
I don't know that I downloaded them, so let me just grab them.
What?
You're fine. Babe.
I already had you up my lap and you shed all over me. I've still got fur on me, but it's not as concentrated.
Okay, wait, yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah.
Okay, you showed me. You may already
There's
have that
one.
downloaded
Okay.
because
I know, but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna re-download. And then I just got back the Empress.
there's our buddy.
This one. Okay, so now that they're in downloads, I should be able to
You're
open
okay,
them
baby.
up. Okay, close that. Downloads. Okay. I'm totally gonna show you guys. I'm so excited. Okay. Okay. Now I have to figure out how to put it up on the screen again. Okay, so I
Yep.
close this. Okay, I'm so excited. So I haven't talked about it a lot, but this is Cozy Grandma Witches is the vibe. Okay. And each
And a few grandpa witches.
and a few grandpas, but mostly grandmas. Okay, just to be honest. Okay. Anyways, and
Baby,
each
just get
card
in there.
has a like a mini narrative. So there's like a little bit of there's like character names. There's like a little bit of like
Just show
what's
them
happening.
pictures. Just
Okay.
show 'em.
Okay.
Just show 'em.
I'm sorry.
Just show
I
'em.
just get very
They'll
excited
figure-
about this one.
Okay, they know that you're gonna have a process around it all.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Share screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. I'm so obsessed. Okay, let me put him up on the stage.
Yeah, you gotta let Artie get to bed soon.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I've got to change the view though. Let's go to this one. And then I'm going to zoom in so you can see. So that is our Fool. But again, it'll be cropped in to
Yeah.
tarot size. Here's our Fool. That's Harkin. He's so cute. He gets a rose for a witch he saw in town. He really likes her. He
Yeah.
wanted to get her a rose.
His adventure is reaching across the chasm to get the rose.
That's right.
And not worrying too much about the consequences.
And then there's our Magician Witch. And it's very Rider-Waite-Smith composition. But look. And then the High Priestess, which Easter egg.
is using your deck.
You have to. It's the most self-indulgent, like best thing. Oh my God. I love it so much. So each one has a little story, like a mini narrative, not like a full story, but like here's why they're there, here's why they're doing what they're doing kind of thing.
Well, there's an idea. You could just do pins or patches just
Yeah.
for those who want them.
Yeah, totally. Any
We could
they're
do
all
something like that.
menopausal or postmenopausal. They're all like
Yeah, menopause. The menopause game is strong here.
yes, Diana. Yes.
Yes,
This is
called the Convocation of Witches, and it's the deck that's coming after UJO.
so we're working on this for 2026. This was Peggy's
This isn't
initial
coming
idea.
out. This isn't coming out for like
At least
a
a
year.
year. Yeah. So that is
Here's the thing. Okay, just so you guys know, when you decide that you're going to make a deck, it takes about a year to do the art,
yeah.
right? So now that UJO is just doing final touches, they can start on the next deck.
Look at the Empress.
That is cute.
Isn't she
You never showed
adorable?
me that one yet.
No, because I just got this one back. And look at our Emperor.
Oh, nice.
I had to. And look, so these two in their stories, this little herb bundle that the Emperor is carrying is actually a gift from her partner. I had to. I'm like obsessed. I'm obsessed with these. You just don't know. And then there's our Hierophant, and I'm really excited about this too. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Have a great
Bye,
weekend,
Cassie.
Cassie.
Have a great weekend. Yeah, we can't stick around for much longer either. It's dinner time here, and Bruno's like freaking out.
Yeah.
He wants
Thank
more.
you, Andy. So yeah, the idea here is that these two apprentice witches have added their symbols to this
And
this
every
tapestry.
card has its story.
Every card has a little mini narrative, and every card has advice from the main witch you see in the story.
But now, just to clarify,
Or
though,
group of witches.
Okay. So, Unicorn Journey Tarot was a journey. It was all a continuing story.
Yes.
These ones, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, are each card has its individual story.
Like a mini narrative. Yes, correct.
So
they don't thread together necessarily. There's a couple like Easter eggy things.
There's
like the tower and star are kind of connected because they're the same witch.
Right. But you don't. There's no individual narrative to follow. There's each card having its individual lesson.
And each card has advice.
Yeah, hurry up, 2026.
It's like a deck of cozy grandmas,
Bobby.
and they're gonna and grandpas, obviously. And then they're gonna oh, I think I even have another. I think I have a couple more, actually.
Wait.
Hold on. I think I might have.
Okay, he's not coping.
What does he want?
No. Hi, Captain Can't Cope.
Oh no, I think I
see
just.
you. You're okay. I have a feeling we're gonna start the furring of the shirt again.
Yeah, probably. He can't.
I'm not yawning, so I can start all over.
Oh, I don't think I have. I feel like I have the lovers back, but I haven't.
Come here, you big bug.
Let me just check.
I know.
Why do I feel like I have the lovers back and I'm not seeing it?
Lay down.
Lay
Lay down, baby boy. It's okay. You can have a rest. It's resting time.
Empress,
Yeah.
Emperor,
Nobody's interested in
Hierophant.
your crap today, Bruno.
He's
Lay
like,
down.
but.
He's like, I want to be on the floor making noises at you.
Yeah, I'm probably making this up. Maybe I just saw the sketch so far.
You're okay.
I've just seen the sketch so far.
Well, I'll show the sketch.
Yeah, I'll show you guys the sketch because, like, I don't normally. This will give you an idea. There's a change here, but let's see. Can I?
Just show the sketch.
There we go. There we go.
Trust the process and show the sketch.
Trusting the process. Okay, let me put us back here.
Okay, what did Barb say? Barb, you got to scroll up because Barb said something. The hormone replacement tarot for menopausal witches.
Yeah.
There we go. HR tarot.
Yeah.
And don't tell anybody what it means. Let them be surprised.
Yeah. There's a boy here. There are boys that show up.
Bruno's doing his best to convince us that he is slowly starving to death. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There are some male figures, but I would say it's mostly female.
Bruno is quick on the uptake and he's patient. And the last time he did this afternoon, a couple hours ago, he got an HOT DOG. So yeah.
So this is the strength card, but it's going to be they're swapped. So the Wolfie is going to be on the other side.
Yeah. This is just a sketch. Not
these
the
are
final.
just this is how we sort of like nitpick the details before she does the full artwork. And this is the lovers. It's going to be so cute. The little story. I have like, this is how ridiculous I am, y'all. I have made myself cry with their little narratives.
I'm not surprised.
Like, I'm so attached to these characters. You just don't know.
Kiguana says, is that going to be female only or with male characters? There's going to be males in it.
There's some males. It's just not a lot of them. Like the Fool is a male. We've got some kings. I think we've got a couple kings and a couple knights that are male.
Yeah.
I think is how it is right now. The lovers is just, do you guys want to hear one of the stories? Okay.
Are we discussing a name change for the Convocation of Witches? No, that's the name of the deck.
Oh, for HRT when we
HRT. Well, we are now.
Okay. So
I just need. Okay, well, you know what? We can have the Queen of Hot Flashes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, I'm going to read
the Ace of Brain Fog.
Okay, I'm going to read the.
We can do a hormone replacement tarot.
Yes. Now I meant the Lover's card. I'm just going to pull it up so y'all can see it, and I'll read the little story. Now in the guidebook, because it's my freaking deck and I do what I want. One of the characters is using she pronouns, but like we made it, the art is ambiguous. It could be boy or girl. It doesn't really matter. But in the story, I'll just read you the little story. It's subject to change, obviously. Okay. So Alex and Ruth sat close together on the worn wooden bench, its surface smoothed by years of weather and use. From their spot on the small hill, they overlooked the forest pond. I have to tweak this some, but anyways, where the evening sky painted itself in soft golds, deep oranges, and streaks of lavender. The water mirrored the sky perfectly, the ripples from a lazy fish or drifting leaf only making the reflection more beautiful. Ruth let out a contented sigh and leaned her head against Alex's shoulder, her wavy silver hair brushing against the rough fabric of Alex's well-worn cloak. Without a word, Alex reached for her hand, tracing slow circles over Ruth's knuckles with a thumb, the familiar gesture of saying everything words didn't need to. They had sat here countless times before, through every season, in warmth and cold, through storms and stillness. In their younger days, they had talked endlessly, spinning dreams, making promises, planning all the ways they would shape their lives together. Now their silence was just as full of memories, of laughter shared, of hardships weathered, of the steady, quiet knowing that their love had been a choice made again and again over the years.
Nice. You're going to make yourself.
It literally makes me
She
cry.
makes herself cry.
I'm such a dork. I just can't.
Yeah, I'm not crying. Jenny says, I'm not crying. You're crying. We made a good life, didn't we? Exactly.
Yeah, but anyways, no, I made them to be ambiguous, and I forgot that I'd actually taken a pronoun out of Alex's. I made Alex's name ambiguous because Alex can be male or female,
Well,
and I
yeah.
don't have a pronoun in Alex's
Well,
part of
that
the
can
story.
be, we're a queer couple, so a nod to queer is always welcome in our world, but it doesn't have to be 100% queer 100%
This
of
is
the time.
no, this is just my dream. My dream.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I wanted there to be room to see Peggy and I in that card, obviously. Like, hello. But yeah, loved it. Loved it.
As a celiac haver, I need an ace of brain fog for real. Yeah, so we've got we're brainstorming our next tarot deck.
I see that. So the HRT deck. So what did we have? Queen of Hot Flashes?
Queen of Hot Flashes, ace of brain fog.
Okay.
Which one's the bitchy one?
Wait, what would you call it? What would you call it?
The page of Lisa's?
Wow. So is Ruth, really. Yeah. So I wanted Alex to be neutral. And so, yeah, there's a slight wording. So then, yeah, keeping it neutral so people can see a boy or a girl or whatever. But anyways, yeah, very excited about this one. But yeah, we've just begun the art and we usually need about a year for the art. So like we're quite a ways out still.
Yeah. But yeah, it's also this thing that
oh, we're replacing hormones. We're all the bitchy one.
Exactly.
My biggest thing,
Exactly.
I've just been volatile. Like my
Yeah.
biggest issue has been volatility, I would say. Like my
So instead of
emotions-
the world, tarot land.
yeah.
Postmenopausal tarot land.
Yeah. Okay.
We just rename the cards. We don't need the tower card. We need the everybody's a bitch card.
Oh my god.
I think it would work.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Pentacles should be
sorry.
what? Patches
Patches
instead.
instead.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Well, what about the Queen of I'm not crying, you're crying?
The Fool is male, yes. That's Harkin. He's so
Oh yeah,
adorable.
there's a bunch of clearly male cards.
Yeah, yeah.
There's clearly male cards. There's a couple of clearly queer cards, and then there's a bunch of.
I actually tried not to do too much like clearly queer because I'm trying to like I want people to.
was.
Well, the Lovers card you could see a two female couple, and then the Emperor and Empress. I did make the Emperor butch because I always make my Emperors butch. Like it's probably gonna be a forever thing. I'm sorry. Like I just have to.
This is what Lisa likes.
That's what Lisa likes, and I need a butch in my decks. It's just how it is. So Alex and or not Alex, but so the Emperor and the Empress are two females. But yeah, it was Harkin. The
the Lovers card reminds me of soul friendships. I see myself and my best friend sitting on a bench and saying to each other, like, see, everything did turn out okay. Absolutely.
That's what I wanted. I wanted it to feel like any two people who've like built a life together could see, or like, you know, shared a life together, could have this like memory and history.
Well,
and,
the lovers isn't necessarily okay. Depending on the type of reading and where the card is showing up, it's not necessarily about romantic relationships.
No.
It's about those deeper connections, it's soul connections, stuff like that.
But like y'all, the Five of Wands is like a bunch of witches who are like hitting each other with their walking sticks because they got them mixed up and they got in a bit of a fight about it. Which one's mine? That's mine. No, that's mine. It's really cute. It's really cute.
Yeah.
So
you don't have the art one for that.
No, but I have the art. I have the art description for every single card.
Yeah,
it's
lovers
just,
is also choices.
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
That's why the message in the story about choosing each other again and again over the years is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like that.
Yes.
It's wonderful that it's open, especially as it's not Two of Cups. It's commitment and choice. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. The walking sticks. Oh, and also because they're all elderly, I have a blind witch. I have a deaf witch in the story. I
Now your
have
Death Wish is going to have the big here,
no. It might hang from their little belt,
but it's going to be that a hearing horn, the really old fashioned.
yeah, we'll probably be dangling
It's
from their
because a
broom.
hearing aid, you blink and you miss it.
Yeah, our Death Witch is flying on a broom in their scene. I think it's one of our knights. I'm trying to remember now. Anyways, and then I've got a blind witch with a blind. I don't know the correct term. The stick,
white cane,
the cane.
a white cane.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a white cane.
Anyways, and then we also have several wheelchairs. We have at least one walker. We have at least one artificial leg.
Yeah.
But because they're all elderly, so like
apparently we fall apart after a certain age.
We do though. Like I wanted this to be like, I don't know, to represent a time of life that we don't see represented typically in tarot. We don't have a lot of senior oriented decks, if any, that I've seen. We've got a couple crone decks, but nothing
just
that's
in
like
time for me, eh?
Yeah, it was really your 60th birthday that was just like, yeah, we got to make an old people deck now.
We need old people. Yeah, okay.
But it's really, I really wanted something to represent that time of life, but to show it in its wisdom and its beauty and its power. And that's why every card, there's advice. Like in the Lover's card.
Well, so far, the way you've described it to me, it's not like, I don't know, it's not, it's just, it is what it is. And that's just the way life is. So fucking deal with it.
Yeah, like the Lover's card, the witch's advice will be looking back, you'll see that every choice has been a brush stroke in the painting of your life. So we have these like little words of wisdom from these witches in the deck. So yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, Artie. No, you don't. You absolutely don't. And we don't have a lot of like ability diversity in decks to begin with. It was something I really wanted to do in my first Peoply deck. I told you that years ago.
Well, and some of your characters so far that as you've described them to me have not necessarily been all that old, but they've gained their wisdoms. They're just wise compared to.
Yeah, I think no, they're all old. They're pretty much all old. I don't think I have any that don't have gray in their hair. Like they're all old.
But I've had gray in my hair since I was 40.
Yeah, that's true. I would say they're like 45 up. Yeah. Let's say. But I will say the whole point, like when I show disability in the cards, y'all, this was important to me, like in the stories and stuff. It's not about that. That is a passing thing you see in there. It's not.
It's only a part of the whole.
Yeah, I don't like doing this thing where it's like that's what it's laser focused on. Instead, it's like, okay, like our Queen of Wands is in a wheelchair, and she's just as sassy and full of life as a regular Queen of Wands. Like that's the kind of thing I want to show.
If I were in a wheelchair, that's exactly what I'd be like. Get the fuck out of my way! I'm going to run you over. Like I'm not letting this slow me down.
Yeah, the Queen of Wands has a little cat, and there's a little story of her.
Yeah, some people get to that age without becoming wise.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, exactly, Artie. That's the thing. So, but it was a great opportunity to show. Like, I think a third of the characters have glasses.
Is there an incontinence with which wearing depends?
No. Well, maybe under their dresses. You never know. You never know what's under them gowns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about it. It was that one. I've been working on that one low key.
Now I'm thinking of depends.
I know you are. I've been working on that deck for a long time, and it took me a long time to kind of get the concept right and to figure out what I wanted to do.
This deck you ended up doing it not doing it in reverse because you like to have your description in place and then create the art and not vice versa.
Correct.
Because you don't want to adjust your thinking to accommodate the card. You want the card to be adjusted.
Right. And with Convocation of Witches, it was kind of more complex because in order for me to
just incontinent with just looking forward to the deck.
Nice. With Convocation of Witches, I had this creative block where I could not figure out what the card description was going to be until I knew the characters in their story. So it actually went even more in reverse.
You have a very specific process.
I had to know their story, then I had to know how to describe it visually.
The creative process is a very, very individual process.
Yeah.
This is why there's no cookie cutter technique. This is why you don't go to the cookie cutter school of learning the creative process because it's very personal and individual, and that's your process.
Yeah. And I think too, like when Dawn and Danny and I were all talking and comparing notes, like how we come at creativity is like very different. Like I have to have structure and I have to know the full concept before I can even get to the part where I can imagine what it looks like. And Danny and Dawn both work exactly the opposite. Once they figure out what it's going to look like, the rest can like
falls into place.
Whatever. Then they go from there. But like I have to have a plan, and so I had to like know the whole thing.
Will the guidebook look like a fairy tale storybook?
I don't know what the guidebook's going to look like yet, layout wise.
I still think we've talked about this because I'm always inserting my opinion and shit.
We love
none of my
business.
Opinions. It's like there's still the conversation about whether or not you're going to do it as a little white book or whether you're going to offer it as a bigger book.
Yeah.
Or both. I mean, that's possible
Yeah.
too.
My hesitation with bigger books is always that I don't use them. Like in my own practice, if it's not conveniently in the box with the deck,
Yeah.
it's just inconvenient to always pull out a bigger book. But it would be nice to explore them a little bit more. But I'm like you, JT, though, I've got room to do the little story and then the meaning and the advice. I've got room to do that in a 2-page spread. It's probably like with the other guidebooks I do. I'm probably just not going to worry about putting pictures of the cards in the
Well,
books.
you know what? It's kind of relatable. It's relatable in an odd little way to me, not wanting to, in spite of it being a good idea, me not wanting to sew with fabrics I don't like the feel of.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to make a deck that isn't in the format.
If I sew with a fabric, if I sew with fabrics that I don't like, then I'm just money grabbing, and that doesn't make any sense.
Bigger book. Yeah, I am hoping this is like way in the future to one day do an expanded bigger book for like UJT as like a separate thing where I could have big artwork, like dive into the story more, whatever, like to explain more of the decision making.
Yeah, but I know you're not going to do it just to do it. You're going to rework it in some way. You're going to do something with it, because if it doesn't feel good for you on a personal level, you won't feel good doing it.
Yeah, and that's always the dilemma. I like a small guidebook for usability, but my writing, I know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one of those things. It's like, bigger book for us blind bitches. I know there's also that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. I've got plenty of ideas that I keep throwing at her to it's like, but I don't want to do that, because it's like, well, what about this? Or what about
there is the
I
option.
do the what about I'm like, she's like, well, this is what about this? What about this?
I know.
Sooner or later, one of them's gonna stick and then she'll do it.
There is the option too of like having a bigger box where the cards fit like inside a smaller tray within, and then the box takes up more space. You've seen sets like that.
Yeah.
So that could be a thing, but yeah, a big UJT add-on or stretch goal. Definitely not an add-on or stretch goal. Well, I shouldn't say definitely not.
No,
I don't know.
definitely.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let's clarify. Doing Kickstarters with decks is one type of process, one type of manufacturer, one type of whatever. You would have to start from the beginning on your research. Like if you can just contact your current guy and say, what about a book in this with these parameters? And they say, yeah, not a problem. We can just throw that in. That might change everything.
A lot of times,
and if they say, well, we only do the tarot size guidebooks. We don't do this, and you got to go to somebody else.
I know for sure. Well, I shouldn't say I know for sure.
Yeah, you don't know for sure.
I'm like 80% sure that the printer I'm using could do a bigger than deck sized guidebook.
But are they going to do it in the style that you would want that to look?
I don't know. And I don't know like how much bigger, but yeah.
Add in. That's what I was thinking. Not a stretch goal. Yeah. It would be.
Yeah, I could go thicker. I mean, the thicker problem is this. When the guidebook gets over about 200 pages, and you guys might have gotten decks like this, when the guidebook gets over about 200 pages and it's still tarot sized, you run the risk of
a bigger book print on demand. Yeah,
you run the risk with if you go thicker than about 200 pages, you start running the risk of the binding not holding up very well. And you get pages falling apart.
And that's when you open one of those books and they just split in two.
Yeah, like you got to be like careful.
They have to be those little.
The sweet spot is 200 pages, and the work I did in UJT to like just get. I actually UJT is 204 physical pages. You won't see them numbered that way.
Print on demand isn't a bad idea, and there might be a way to do that.
Yeah, that's also an option.
Basically, I think your biggest problem, the biggest thing that you need to find out, and this is the biggest struggle that we had working out the logistics, is what are the required minimums and what does that cost?
Yeah.
Like, so if they come back and say, oh, on books, the required minimum is like 5 times as many books as you would ever possibly need.
Yeah.
That changes everything.
Yeah. I think for now, y'all, I think I'm going to stick with indie publishing decks. Some of my favorite parts are actually things like picking the cardstock and making it the right box that I want, and like making sure the physical product is exactly the way I want. And you don't get to do that when you go traditional publishing with decks. So yeah, who knows what the future holds, but for now I really like keeping it indie.
Yeah, you're having fun with this.
I really am. Yeah.
I come out. Yeah, I don't know that you have a reason for it.
No, I mean, maybe someday if I got to a point where like I'm like, okay, I'm ready to bow out.
I'm done with this. I'm ready to stop, but there's still a lot of people asking for decks. That's when you start talking about that. But
yeah. Jenny says this is so fun to brainstorm about. We do this in membership all the time. Like I go on live and I start like, this is what I'm thinking and this is what I'm working on. And
well, the thing is that there's a lot of moving parts that are made better with community feedback.
Absolutely.
It's
Totally.
like, okay, let's make the assumption. Let's make the assumption that having a full-size book is really unpopular in tarot,
Yeah.
right? Then you guys can say, well, I'm not sure that I would consider a full-size book to be something worth buying, blah, 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 blah. That's feedback we need. We make decisions on this feedback.
Yeah, absolutely. Indie decks get all the fun bling and spot gloss fun. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
like, we want to have colored edges for UJO and
and here's the thing.
foil
This is something else that happens with mass market decks, and it's happened more than once. Somebody goes so Lisa goes mass market with UJT. They fuck it up some way somehow. You have all sorts of problems with your deck. They won't deal with you. They won't offer you a refund. They won't whatever. So
I would hate not having control of the customer
Lisa has
service.
no control over that.
Mm-hmm.
So
that would be hard.
And this has happened.
Yeah.
Where your deck quality really sucks. Well, I'm sorry. That's the
that's the publisher.
Whose reputation takes the hit.
I know that's also a thing.
Whose
and like there's great publishers out there. Don't get me wrong.
But I do
like having control.
There have been some tarot creators, and I don't track names.
Barb says she loves the color you chose for the edging on Sassy Dragons.
You chose it.
Did I?
Yeah.
I feel like it was a community. I feel like it was a community
Oh
conversation.
no, I agreed to it.
Yeah, we asked the community. I'm pretty sure, and we're like, do we want blues to match, or do we want to go with the butter yellow?
There's been a couple of tarot. Yeah, there's this. That's the edging. That's for both decks.
It's the same.
There's been a couple of tarot creators who went mass market too soon, lost control of their deck. They went mass market with the wrong company, had nothing but problems with the deck that weren't their fault.
Yeah.
But their name was on the deck.
I know, yeah.
Their name was on the deck, and there was a couple, and
not everybody knows what's publisher versus what's creator, author,
well,
creator.
Well, once you once you've signed that contract, it's no longer in your hands. But if you end up with a really shitty experience, you're going to remember the creator, not the producer. You just don't do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
But and it puts such a bad taste in your mouth as a creator.
Yeah. Yep.
Hi.
But yeah, those are all the things. Oh my gosh. So working on lots of stuff. That's the punchline.
Yeah.
If you look at the Etsy photos, Barb, you'll see it's on my
plushie?
It's on my
table.
table.
You got rid of it. I want to go show.
I didn't get rid of it. You'll find
no.
You'll see the apple juice plush in the pictures. If you go, Barb, if you go look at the Etsy listings, if you go through, if you scroll through the photos, you'll see some photos where you see a little bit of the apple juice box in the Etsy photos. They had to be in there. It's so perfect. But yeah.
Yeah, one of the suits is a juice box.
Look at how cute. Look at how cute cups. Look at how perfect this is for Sassy Dragons. And
you want to see how perfect this is?
I didn't do this part of the photos.
I never sent Barb the photo.
Look at how cute. Because he's a phone holder.
When he's sitting,
you gotta do it that way. There you go.
Yeah. When he's sitting on the table.
It's hard because I'm holding him. But like when you have him positioned, he holds the card perfectly.
When he's sitting on the table, then you just pick your card of the day.
He's a little card stand.
And he's a card stand. He's
so
perfect
freaking
as a
cute.
card stand.
Oh, I like doing it this way. That's right. When it's on the ground, I actually use his legs to brace. So I put it on a table, right? And then you do it that way. It's so freaking cute.
Yeah. So he holds.
He is what is he called? A palm buddy? What's he called? Palm Pals. PalmPals.com. So if you're looking for them, that's where you get them. Look how cute.
Oh, I did send you the photo. Good. I couldn't remember.
Soft.
He's super soft. He's super cute, and he holds the card. He holds a single card for me just beautifully.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a place of honor since I got him.
So yeah, we ended up we didn't plan to do all these project updates, but yeah, that's what we've been up to.
He perfectly matches.
Yeah, pull out the juice box.
Pull out something.
Oh, it's on the side of the box actually.
Yeah, but it might not be easy to see.
True. You just gotta find a cups card.
I'm not gonna find a cups card. As soon as I start looking for it,
welcome to my world, man. This is always the story. You just passed a queen of cups, but that's fine. There's the page of cups holding a juice box with the fish coming out of it.
There we go.
Here, I'll do it. I can get it up there in front of the camera, really close, hopefully.
There.
Oh, I have to block your face. I don't know how to block your face. There you go. There we go. There you go.
So there's that, and then there's that.
Isn't that perfect?
Do they not match?
Yep.
Do they not match? They match perfectly.
There's your card.
They match as perfectly as a match can happen when you've got completely different things from completely different stuff.
You have a rainbow dragon pom pal? They're so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do I put that in upside down?
Why do you care? Your cards, you do reversals.
I don't do them like that.
Oh, that's what you meant by upside down. Okay.
Backwards.
Face down, yeah.
Bruno, you are such a bum.
He's
You are
being a
an
jerk.
absolute bum.
All right. We should probably get off here because we've been on here for like 2.5 hours. But thank you
I've been
for
on
hanging
here for a very long time. We need to go find some food
We
now.
do need to find some food.
But
But
this has been a fun little hangout.
we'll do this again. And this coming up weekend, I have tarot troubleshooting the tarot, whatever. Live stream. I can't remember. I think probably around 2:00 Pacific time. So a little earlier start than we did this. And so yeah, I think it's next weekend.
I don't know. I think I'm getting
I'll
hungry.
check my schedule.
I think I'm
Anyways,
getting hungry.
I'm gonna go get some food for my
hungry.
wifey. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.
You guys have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. Thanks for the brainstorming and the thoughts and the ideas. HRT Tarot will be out
No.
spring 2027.
Bruno. And thank you for all the
we could
support
put
of
that
Sassy
shit show-
Dragons.
we could do it and put that shit show under my name. She gets the professional stuff. I get the shit show stuff.
100% that's how we're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We love you all.
Bruno is at his limit.
Yep. What did I do?
What'd you do?
Oh no, we're still here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we gotta say bye. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.